Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Hey, everybody, how are you doing? Hi, Neil. Hi, easily distracted, if you're still here. Oh, you guys were here like earlier. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I know. That's important. It's so yucky. Maybe I should just go back to 6:30. I mean, what's the difference? Am I like sleeping in because it's at 7? I mean, it did give me more chance to get ready. Not that that resulted in anything more, significant. I would love to see it. Ooh, ooh, that. Oh, good. Oh, I really want to read this. Good morning. I'm good. 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 I'm going to try this Discord voice again, but I don't know. Is it going to work? I don't know. Happy fucking Friday. Girl, are you kidding me? Did we make it? Thank God we made it. Da 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 da. Do another love. I'm gonna go in the room. Oh wait, what did I have to do? What did I have to do? Somehow it's Friday. Meowing star. Oh, whoops, hold on. I got something in the background here.
Senate Select Committee on Disaster Preparedness and Flooding will come.
I'm just gonna put them on hold for a minute. But yeah, I'll try and get the guest room open. You know what I could do? I think I could just do the Zoom. Maybe I can. I don't even know. I never. I gotta get this to be smoother. I really do. I really just have to get this to be smoother. Uh-uh. Let's see what's happening over here. Let me put it on live chat. Yeah. Good morning. We were supposed to be in the green room. No, you don't have to be in the green room. No, that's only for people that want to talk on the stream. You know what I mean? And I'll open the green room. Actually, I'll open the green room later. Hold on. Let me disconnect. Where the hell am I? I'll open the green room at a certain point because I think first what we'll do is go over some stuff. I've got stuff for us to watch too. So is not available anywhere, and it says it's blocked in your region. Gosh dang it, we got to figure out. But wait, he can't. Oh, he can't watch it on that. Damn it. Then I won't go there. Don't go there. Don't do it. Don't do it, Neil. Yeah, I'm really tired this morning, so I'm probably. Hi, Lee. How are you? How are you? I was gonna read something from you today. Yeah. Mm, mm, mm. Sorry, I'm like really like off kilter this morning, but it's just me. It's not like a thing. Okay. Uh, I hope Lee got some sleep. It's been a busy week. Oh my God. I don't feel like her life slows down even on the weekend in terms of like, you know how when you have one of those jobs where it's like you're always on demand? You know that? It's so weird. So weird. But anyway, good morning. Welcome to Puff Puff Pass. Teresa. Teresa is here. Uh-huh. Teresa. Teresa. Oh my God. A little warm. It's warm in Los Angeles today. I thought we were going to escape, but then I remembered in California, which is funny because I grew up here, so I think I should remember this. In California, the fall is warmer than the summer. Well, okay, that's dumb. That's dumb. But September can be really hot, and I really hope it's not. Okay? I'm just going to be selfish for a minute. I really hope it's not. Anyway, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I had to order coffee this morning because I forgot to buy coffee. And let me tell you, I paid an arm and a leg for this. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, I'm sweating. Sleep isn't an issue for me. I've been living this level of stress for one reason or another most of my career. I think I would. Yeah, the dump nonsense is what's new. I can imagine that it's your Keurig died yesterday. How does that even happen? How do those things are tanks. I feel like those are tanks. That's I don't know. Oh my god. That's terrible. That's a disaster. I'm sweating. A sweaty Betty right now. Oh my god, come on, stop. Stop sweat. Must stop sweating. Scale buildup. Yeah, I just got the descaler a while back for because Bobo uses a Keurig too. I don't, but Bobo uses one, and I just bought that descaler. I haven't done it. God, I got now. I guess I should do that. Well, anyway, neither here nor there. We're here, not there. Um. Ugh. Ugh. So right now, the Texas Senate Select Committee is holding a hearing on disaster preparedness. I'm tempted to watch a little bit of it. I'm not in a rush to do anything like, super fancy today, so I guess that's it. It's really a Friday and I'm in a Friday mode. So I just want you to please forgive me ahead of time. Good morning, Karen. How are you? Hi, Max. I'm against those coffee pod machines on principle. Yeah, a lot of people are. It's understandable, but they have reusable cups. Like there's ways around it. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't judge. I don't judge. Da, da, da. I just pulled up to Lee what you sent in Discord about the U.S. Trade Representative. I really want to read that. So I don't know if I'll start with. I'm not going to start with reading because I need to wake up a little bit. TBH. The pods I use are biodegradable. See, I think they've done a lot in that regard. Yeah. I know they've done a lot in that regard to kind of make them a little more environmentally friendly, which that's cool. That's cool. Anyway, oh my God, I'm sweating. Yes, I am. Yes, I feel like I wanted to tell you guys something and then I can't remember what it is. Damn it. Well, there's a fire here in California, so you know. Ugh. It's north. It's far north and east of me, but it's a terrible fire. It just breaks my heart when I see these fires. Anywhere. Good morning, Gal. Hey, Gal. I never even talked to you yesterday. Can I just tell you I'm embarrassed that I didn't talk to you yesterday? I don't know where my head was at. I think it was up my ass. But I'm just realizing now that I see your name that I just didn't interact with you yesterday, and that's unusual. How'd that happen? How'd that not happen? Neil's going to be in the green room anyway. I missed you too. I just feel like I know you're really kind of busy these days too. So, and I'm just like, I'm either sleeping because I'm either hot and depressed, and I'm just being totally real right now. My depression is very chemical. So it just is what it is. Oh, kiddos, school starts Monday. That is a big time. I do recall. I do remember. But I love you, Gal. Hey, Gal, we had a great idea yesterday. I didn't really tell you about it, but we had a great idea. The great idea is I think when you're ready, when you have time, hey, Summer, how are you? But Gal, to finish my thought, when you have time, we need to do a show with you and me, and we'll talk about Joel Greenberg and all the stuff around Joel Greenberg. All right, please and thank you. That would be so great. Everybody was in favor of it too. I just want you to know. Hi, hot mess Summer. How are you, love? Ah, I love you. Yeah, this summer, the season, not the person, has been just like meh. I didn't really do a lot. I did go. That's not true. I went camping. I went camping. Okay, it's been a while. I have to. Well, there you. Oops. Yeah, and we literally could just like go through your threads. But yeah, let's talk about that because I think it'd be fun to go through the new stuff on Joel Greenberg and just unpack it from that perspective. But you take all the time you need. It doesn't matter to me. I know it's a busy. Again, it's just fucking like life is very very busy. So no problem. Hi, Grace Lisa. How are you? You brought donut holes? Thank fucking God somebody did. Good. Yay. Thank you, gal. I would just look. Well, you could talk about, you could read the phone book, gal, and I would do it. So don't worry about, there's no pressure. Grace Lisa, at my old job, donut holes were what people would bring to signal they were leaving the company. Oh no. Judy has donut holes today. Where's she gonna go? Oh no. That's a caca. That's funny. Um, let's see. So yeah. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Summer. Good to see you. Uh, the crazy never stops, huh, Summer? The crazy never fucking stops. Well, so just know I got you. I got you, girl. I don't know. This crazy town, cuckoo nuts. Then the hunt would be to find who brought them. That was a fun job. Thanks for the memory. Oh, it's terrible. Oh, if you're leaving, like not if you're getting fired. Like I'm gonna get fired today, so I'm gonna bring donut holes. That's what I would do. I'm gonna get fired today. Caw. Hi, Jane. The eagle has landed. Happy fucking Friday. You know what the good news is today? Intrinsically, it's Friday, which for most people, not everyone, can mean that tomorrow is a sleep in day. Or it can also, well, I don't know what it means. Maybe it means if you're in the service industry and you have to work on the weekend, maybe you get better gratuities. I don't really know. That actually probably doesn't, that logic probably doesn't really work. So I'm trying to look for the bright side. Okay, that's really all I'm trying to do. Sorry, I'll stop. I'll stop. Anyway, good morning. Happy Friday. It's Puff Puff Pass with Lolo, and I'm Lolo. And we are here. And I might start with something because I'd really, wait, what? Have non deadly skin cancer. Have to avoid pools, lakes, and sun. Oh no, easily, my love. Oh my gosh. This cancer scraped off the day after birthday. So I'm ready for football in October. Oh, easily, I'm so sorry. Oh, my love. Oh, sending really good thoughts and healing and all the light stuff, like that big ball of energy. I'm sending that your way, babe. That fucking sucks. I hope everything goes okay, and I'm sure that it will. It looks like you're on top of it, which is awesome. J Rance, you're not always late, girl. The party doesn't start until you come. Hello. No. I love you. Thank goodness it's non-cancerous. Yeah. But wishing you a quick recovery. Absolutely. Absolutely. Russia is a terrorist state. That is a blessing. Absolutely a blessing and good to be on top of it. I'm really, really, really happy that you've got it. Just Dan, it's good to see you, my friend. Oh, my good friend. It's nice to see you after all these times. Now you're back where you belong. Well, hello, Dan. Da da da, Dan. Ooh, oh no. This is really horrible. This is horrible. Oh my god. Sorry, I just pulled up the story that Gal shared. I don't talk like that ever. It feels weird. What? Wait, what did you talk? Thank goodness it's not. Wait, what? The party is here, y'all. Good morning, good morning, good morning, Dan. Butterflies, I didn't see you sneak in. Hello, dear. Hello, dear. Sorry, it is awful. No, it's important though. Karen, that sucks easily. I'm in the same boat, but a bunch of mine were cancerous. Oh my goodness. Oh, Karen. Oh, my loves. Everybody, take care of yourselves. Get your skin checked. That's a really good idea. Get your skin checked regularly for those things and take care of them because you don't want them to sit around and fuck you over. Very scary. Very scary. Mine on lip and nose. That's so common, I've heard. It's so common. But, oh, well. Sending big love to all of our loungers, all of us, and all the loungers who are not feeling well or have things they need to deal with, which that's really the burden is you've got to all these things you've got to deal with appointments and this and that and the other and ugh, sorry. That's a terrible thing. Well, I'm going to try and make you forget about it for a couple days. Yes, watch the UV index if you're out playing. That's a good idea. And that you can usually get on your weather apps now. I notice you can usually get the UV index. I'm not sure if everyone does, but I think they do. Get my nails done. A nail break yesterday. Hey, DeFreak. Oh wow, this I'm here every morning. This is me. Anyway, so we've got quite a few things. You live by the WeatherBug app. Oh, I haven't heard of that one. WeatherBug. That must be good. And you live in a storm area, so that's probably really important. I would imagine. I would imagine that's really important. My sister has skin cancer. She was never, hi Jim, never in the sun, never smoked, never drank. The other 7 siblings are fine. It doesn't make sense. That is interesting. I wonder what prompted it. That's really scary actually. I'll be beautiful with the bruising afterwards. Yes, you will. And you know what? That's what you do. Easily come up with a great cover story. Okay? Just come up with a great cover story. Like you should see the other guy. Anyway, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Friday. I do have a lot of stories, but I did kind of want to listen in to a little bit of this text so that I can smoke too. Uh, hey, I got in an ice fight. That's right. I was going after some ice pussies. Time to puff puff past the joint, Lolo. Exactly. Thank you, Teresa. Lolo's. Oh, hey guys. Little bit of an incel alert, but I'll handle it. Lolo's Lounge, remind me, are you a Trump hating lefty? Let's unpack that. What does that mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you what do you like him? Do you think about him often? My sister had a cancerous one so big on her nose that she had to grow a flap of skin on her forehead to get the plastic surgery. Oh my gosh. They can do some amazing shit with that. Kick their ass. South Park did it again. I haven't watched the South Park episode. I was never a South Park fan, like huge. Like I respected the humor, like the biting humor, but I never you know, totally did that. Hi, Oomph. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, I don't know how to answer that question. Am I a Trump hating lefty? I don't even know what that means. What does that mean? Let's see. So what do I hate? I hate people being kidnapped off the street and not given due process. That's one thing I hate. I hate the lack of abortion, access to abortion care that then ends up in people dying. Let's see. I hate tariffs because it's the dumbest economic plan ever. What do I hate? I hate that billionaires like Palantir, OpenAI, Amazon, Meta, Google, XAI. I hate that they are the ones who are going to try and determine what your day-to-day life looks like. I hate that. I hate the erasure of people through erasing DEI and gender affirming care for trans people. I hate that. Let's see, what else do I hate? I hate that all of our work in USAID, which I'm actually personally familiar with, so I know what I'm talking about. I hate that all that USAID funding has disappeared. Let's see, what else? I hate that we are assisting Israel in the ethnic cleansing and genocide in Palestine. What else do I hate? Oh, golly, I don't know. I hate that we stopped giving weapons to Ukraine to help them defeat an invading force. I hate that. Yeah, I hate that. Gosh, I don't know. I mean, I can go on to freak, but is that enough so that you know where I stand on things? Does that does that help clear it up for you? Does it? You okay? You gotta go. You gotta go take care of some stuff, and maybe. I love the incels. You know I love the incels. That's what I thought. I remembered. Yes. Okay. Well, do you not hate those things? Or you like those things? Maybe you like those things. I don't know. Oh yeah, actually he's a felon, like a convicted felon. He's a rapist. He's credibly alleged with child rape. Oh my gosh, that's right. Thanks, Max. I totally forgot about that. I know. Christy Nome was not happy about her portrayal. That's really. What do you mean, come on now? What does that mean? What does come on now mean? Do, 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 do. Come on, explain yourself. You're so smart. Let's hear it. Let's hear what you got. I want you to stand up for all those. I mean, are you not? Do you not hate Trump? I hate other people too. Do you know who Russ Vought is? The guy with supermodel wives. What? Oh, dude. Do you understand that child sex, or whatever the way you're trying to weirdly incels wise spell it, child sex is rape. So you're weird. If you're equating having sex with a full grown woman with having sex with a child, someone should probably check your hard drive. That's disturbing. That's disturbing, DeFreak. You're literally equating sex with a full grown human with raping a child. You need to do some reflecting. You did. You just did it. He doesn't need to rape children. He has a wife. What are you talking about? Are you an idiot? A supermodel, I know. She's not a supermodel, but whatever. I'll give him that. I'm saying with a hot wife. Oh my God, you're so gross. I got to get rid of you. You're just like, you literally are a sick individual. Wow. Okay. Oh, shit. Oh my God. I can't. I can't. Child rape. Oh my God. I can't. Incels supporting child rape, folks. This is what we got. Everybody, meet DeFreak. He equates sex with your wife with sex with raping a child. Wow. There's some fucked up people in this world. I'm going to tell you that right now. Weird. So if no, yeah, if no adults were available to consent, yeah. Oh, God. There's a bunch of really strange people on the internet. Anyway, yeah, I don't, I gave you an entire list of things that you could have agreed with, but clearly you're like a simp that follows and doesn't think for themselves. And that is kind of sad. So I hope you enjoyed your brief time here at the lounge. because I think you have some problematic behaviors. I think that's what I think. I think you, whoever you are, need to perhaps connect with a therapist. You weirdo. You fucking weirdo. How do you frame it that way? How did you all what? I think you're in the wrong place, sir. This is a Wendy's. So, I'm going to have to say goodbye to you. I think you are I hope you don't have children in your life because I think they're not safe. That's what I think. Ouch. Ouch. I would love to hear her speak these other languages. Oh yeah, that's right. She's supposed to be a genius, right? That's what I thought. She's been here how long? She can barely speak English. Actually, she does pretty good with English. She just has a thick accent. I don't know. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. She's just a shitty person. You look like you took a wrong turn at the fork in the road. Yeah, you need to go back to Jack Talcott's culty, weird, uh, whiny male. We're men and we're whining. That's what he comes from that world. He comes from the incel world. That person that came in and was weird about children. And you know what, sweetheart? You're the one who equated it. Okay, so how about that? So you can watch from the bleachers. Yes, he comes from the Talcott world. Yep, the guy who thinks he's going to talk to Donald Trump and end all wars. That's what I found this incel on the internet, and this is one of his folks. That's okay. You know, you can try, but many have failed. So sorry. I know. Everybody wants to try. Everybody gets brave every once in a while, and then they try, and then that's what happens. I don't give a fuck. Anyway, Neil, Max, Sanders would fit in with Canada's NDP, some of whom are very pro-gun because they represent the rural areas. Yeah, I mean, you know, I really understood. I understood a lot more about gun ownership when I lived in Maine, where there is a lot of hunting. And like, I lived across the street from a family, a mother and her adult sons, um, and they actually, well, they brought over moose meat once, and we didn't eat it, but it was very kind of them to share. But so they were eating like what they hunted. That was their partially how they survived. You know, they didn't have a ton of money and all that kind of stuff. Um, yeah. What? I don't care. Do you? Why? White males have so many excuses ready for disgusting, depraved, and illegal behavior. Well, this guy seems to think that raping a child is the same thing as having sex with your wife. Okay? Think about that for a second. Holy shit. Someone doesn't understand what rape is. Rape is not a sexual act. Rape is power. Rape is violence. Jesus Christ. How dumb do you have to be on the internet? How about the time Melanie plagiarized Michelle Obama's speech? That was pretty funny, actually. I thought that was funny. I mean, what a stupid thing to do. That's the bottom line. It's just a stupid thing to do. Because you're gonna get caught. Like somebody's gonna compare that shit. And of course, none of the stuff that she says actually sounds like it's coming from a human being. So I don't know. Yeah. I know. I only attract the best incels. I'm gonna tell you. It's my fault. It's my fault. I am that bitch on the internet. And sometimes I open my mouth in places where I probably shouldn't. I do have that. I do have that flaw. What is it with her eyes and always sunglasses? I know. You know what I remember? This is a weird memory. I remember that after he left office last year, she changed her Twitter like immediately. Like in the beginning or when he was president, her banner was like I don't know, her at some function, or I don't even know, or in a suit or something. And then the day that he leaves office, her banner picture on Twitter is just her eyes. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? It was so fucking weird. Like, talk about breaking norms and just being a weirdo. Like, she's not even a fun weirdo. You know what I mean? Like, if she was just like a silly weirdo, that would be one thing. That would be almost fun. Oh, the sunglasses are being worn by her body. Why would she need a body double? I don't even understand that. Melanoma's mental defective who probably can't consent. Yeah, probably. Probably won't consent. Because even she, hi Carrie, how you doing, darling? I hope you're good. I hope you're good. Yeah, what a fucking crazy world. I gotta tell you. I gotta tell you. Zero personality. Oh my god. And remember? Oh my god. Do you guys remember in the beginning of his first term when we were like, she's got to be normal, right? I mean, not everybody said that, but there was this kind of like, well, she's got to be okay, right? She can't be going along with all of this. The same thing we thought about Ivanka. Well, she can't be going along with all of this stuff. That's ridiculous. Oh no. Oh no, dear. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. She's worse. She's worse. Anyway, but it was very interesting. This week we watched The Apprentice, the 2024 movie about Donald, and primarily the time that Donald interacted with Roy Cohn. It really focused on that era, which is actually an interesting era if you don't know some of his history. And what's most fascinating is really how much he was influenced by Cohn and Cohn's approach, to just life in general, which is fight and maim and damage, pretty much. So he seems to have been kind of mentored by Roy Cohn, which really it really kind of explains a lot. It explains a lot. It explains why he would be such a good Manchurian candidate. You know, it really explains that kind of to me, that he would have been trained by the best. In kind of I don't know, brass or crass behavior or whatever. I don't know, and moldable and stuff like that. I wonder. Yeah, he was really Cohn's apprentice. Well, he wasn't. I mean, Cohn was his lawyer, so but Cohn seemed to really teach him, how to attack people and how to stay on the on the offense. And so it just explained for me a lot of behavioral ticks that you see in him. It really gave some good context for where that might have come from because Roy Cohn's a pretty well-known animal at this point, so we kind of know what his mannerisms and things were. Oh, his father was a real gem too. I know, gosh. I don't know. And you know what? That was a dramatized movie, so of course, who knows? Some of these things may not be obviously exactly like they were in the film. But I thought it was interesting because I didn't really know too much about his experience with Roy Cohn. I didn't know actually that they were so close. So that was news to me. I just didn't pay attention. Melanie squints because she had to look for the mushroom without a magnet. Lisa, that's naughty. I love it. Yeah, I need to smoke some weed, I think. Okay. Roger Stone's documentary explains a lot too. Absolutely. Absolutely. Actually, let's read some stuff first. I'm going to read some stuff. I'm going to read some stuff first. Hold on just a minute. Uh, 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 Why is that so noisy? Done. Okay. Let's see. So this is one of the first things I had. I have a lot of stuff. None of it's in order, of course, because that would be too easy or too clear. Let's see. It was hinted. Roy Cohn hooked Trump up with the mob. Yep. First the Italian mafia, then the Long Island Russian mob, which probably connected him to Putin. Yeah, if you read Craig Unger's book, American Compromat, it's an excellent book. Highly recommend. Highly, highly, highly recommend. Yeah, there's a Stone documentary. We watched it, right? Did we watch it? Get Me Roger Stone. Where is it? Get Me Roger Stone. Is it? No, no, that's where's my Roy Cohn? Beep, beep, beep. Yeah, it is Get Me Roger Stone. Oh my God. Yeah, Get Me Roger Stone is a 2017 documentary. Looks like it's available on Netflix if you have Netflix, according to this. So if that's helpful, yeah, Get Me Roger Stone, which is very good. It is definitely worth watching. Gal is so correct. Gal turned me onto it, so it's a good one. It's a really good one. Goes over the 2016 election. Yep. And yeah, yeah. Um, this I thought was interesting. I think this is from Teresa, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Um, Teresa, did you share this? And that's where I picked it up. It might. The actor who portrayed Stone in The Apprentice. Oh my God, I thought that was one of the best like physical portrayals of. Actually, I think Jeremy Strong did a great job on Roy Cohn too, which is Roy Cohn seems to me kind of easy to play, but whatever. I'm sure it's not easy, right? Nothing's easy. But the actor who played Stone in this biopic of Donald Dump uh, was so good because he plays a younger Roger Stone. And I thought that was a really good physical portrayal of Stone. And even I appreciated the physical portrayal of Dump by the actor. I don't know what the actor's name is. But in the beginning, I'm like, am I going to believe that this is Donald Dump? I'm not sure I'm going to believe that. But then by the end of the film, I'm like, that is totally Donald Dump because he's got the lip, he's got that lisp, he's got the mannerisms, he's got some of the phraseology that Trump uses, all that kind of stuff. So, oh, Sebastian Stan. Thanks, Max. Sebastian Stan played Dump in the Apprentice movie, and I thought he was very good physically too to the movie, to the portrayal. That's my film corner. Thank you for coming to my film critique. All right, let's read a little bit and get some information here. That bars trans people from receiving grant funding, not grants related to trans, but grants in general. Oh, yeah, there's some other stuff too. Meowing Star, you're right. Uh, oh, find it. I'll find that. Thank you, Meowing Star. I will find that because I know I saw that too. I just haven't pulled it up, but I'll do that. Yeah, no, they're a full bore going after trans people in this country, full fucking force, and they're doing it as they try to distract with all of these other things that are also important and damaging to the country and to people, you know. And I think it is a tragically undertold story. Similarly, how I feel to how DEI and its aims have been completely destroyed and now are being destroyed in corporate, outside, in the private sector. The fact that the private sector is capitulating is absolutely sick making. I understand business decisions. I've run a business unit, not a corporation, but I've run a smaller operation. And I can't imagine the acquiescence and the silence of companies. I don't know where the bravery is. And why are they settling all these lawsuits with a guy who never wins in court? Literally, literally never wins in court. Now, perhaps what they want to do, perhaps, is they wanted to do this all along, and now the government has given them cover to exercise their worst impulses. That could be. I hope not, but it appears to be pretty easy to get companies to capitulate. The actor could have done an Alec Baldwin style Trump impersonation, but he stayed away, and I thought it worked out well. Yeah, I thought it was subtle enough as it felt believable. I thought it was a pretty good, really pretty good portrayal. Again, it was kind of, it's not a documentary. It's a dramatic retelling of events, so you have to kind of take it with a grain of salt. But still, I don't know. I think a lot of people don't understand Roy Cohn's connection and influence on Donald Trump and how that part got here. So I think from that standpoint, I think it got a couple of nominations at the Oscars. Actually, that film, it didn't win, I don't think, but it got a couple nominations. Yeah, except at the Supreme Court. Yeah, I'm still holding out hope for John Roberts, my Timu Obi-Wan Kenobi. The guy who can disappoint you because he could be drunk in the alley or he'll show up. He's like one of those boyfriends. He may not show up for you, but maybe he will. There's always a chance. I don't know. Did you see that, gal? I had a rant about Timu Obi-Wan Kenobi, like John Roberts is our only hope. That somehow he has an ethical bone in his body and can hold, uh, what's his name? I don't even know what his name is anymore. Clarence Thomas. He can hold Clarence Thomas to account. He can hold Alito to account. Like I just live in constant hope that he's gonna be a backstop one of these days. Like it'll even get too much for him. But I don't know. That's all I got. That's all I got. I thought he lacked those evil flashes you see cross Dump's face. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, it was, and I think it kind of soft soaped a couple things like, oh, you mean he had a conscience and didn't just, tell Roy Cohn to fuck off? Because I think actually he did just tell Roy Cohn to fuck off, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. After Roy developed AIDS, so I don't know. We'll see. But it doesn't matter. It was interesting from that standpoint, but of course, it's just not one of those things that is, who cares kind of thing. Hi, Tom. How are you? Welcome. 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 I kind of am interested in this little ditty here. It came across my feed in Blue Sky. I can't stay long. Morning, just stopping by to say hello. Well, Tom, thank you for stopping by, my love. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Walked away for a minute. Did you call my name? I might have, Teresa. Oh, because I think you might have shared this Blue Sky post, and because I get so much from you, sometimes I don't label it properly. They did that to show how he transformed into the new cone. Oh, that makes sense. Plastic surgery and all. Yeah. I'm good, Tom. I'm good. It's Friday, which I hope is good for some people. Claire Monsters. That was Lee. Does Lee say that? Claire Monsters. I love that. Okay, well, Tom Carter posts someone is writing an awesome smear book on the new right. Must be pretty far along to have infographics leaked. Maybe someone got a galley. And look, it's Chris Rufo, the architect of anti-CRT, etc. Oh, Lee tagged us. Oh, it was Lee. Thank you so much. Okay. Lee, my love, who's probably now busy at work. Lee, thank you for tagging me in this, or us in this. So Chris Rufo is, as we know, the architect of a lot of smear campaigns, frankly, himself. An awesome chart of my friends from an upcoming smear book on the new right. Wait a minute. So he's part of this group? Mike Sabo. I know that name, but I don't really know it. So this says, what does it say? Mike Sabo. Claremont gets its own circle. Oh, Claire Monsters. Oh my God, I totally did. Michael Anton, Larry Arn, John Eastman, Charles Kessler, Tom Klingenstein. Ooh. Ooh, Hillsdale College too. Claire Monsters. This is the hard right underbelly. Darren Beatty, Nathan something, Stephen something, Curtis Yarvin. There's the Mencius mold bug. Kostin Alamanu, Bronze Age. What? Oh my God, Bronze Age pervert is his nickname. Charles Corn. These men. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now. It was your morning reading. Oh, okay. Lee, Lee, we have got to find a. You know what? Why can't we just be like watching like Hallmark movies? Why can't we have a book club like about the latest summer romance novel? Like how did we become these people? Yes, he is responsible for anti DEI, and he's absolute. Chris Rufo is a fucking evil motherfucker, piece of shit incel, another piece of shit incel, fragile white boy. That's right, exactly. PragerU replacing. Oh yeah, no, PragerU. I saw a story about them the other. Yeah, no, it's all bad. Okay, it's all bad. It's all bad. It's all bad. Um, wait, what a way to start the day. Travel Channel beachfront bargain hunt. Yeah, why can't we just do that? Why can't we just like nerd out on home renovation shows? I would I, why didn't we become those people? What happened? Living in kind of, la la land of our own making. So that he's going I guess this is going national conservatives. Josh Hawley, Tom Hawley, Josh Cotton, Victor Orban. Wow, that's a rando. Kevin Roberts, the Edmund Burke Foundation, the Heritage Foundation. So wait, I don't get who's attacking who. I don't really understand. Well, and then this was cute. I thought this was really cute in the link because I was going down the thing. That's true. Gal, search Gal all the way back to when I was demo fan 24. Oh, Dan, I love you. Raw egg nationalist thread for anyone interested. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's the He-Man Woman Haters Club. Anyway, shout out to Jim because this account says, Tom, I saw a video a few days about Leonard Leo that claimed he belonged to the Knights of Malta. I started researching and found this article. Is it credible? To which I said, wait, where's mine? Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is credible. Anyway, it's funny because uh he literally pulled up Jim's Substack on the Knights of Malta and Opus Dei, which is one of his best. So I thought that was so cute. Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. If you're asking me, yes, it is. Anyway, well, this is interesting because, okay, Leonard Leo is vehemently anti Islam bigot, but very difficult getting media to pay attention to his record. Jobless because she's a Muslim. Let's see. Ground Zero mosque foes bankrolled by feds, so he gives a lot of receipts on that. Very interesting. Anyway, this is something to watch in terms of what's happening. Smear book. What are they eating each other now? Is that what it is? Is that what it is? Uh, wait, what? Starting on October 1st, 2025, Section 8 residents will have a 2-year maximum to stay on the program. Really? Is that in the big ugly bill? They worship the Unabomber. Oh God. There's like a whole group of incels that do this. Raw Egg is a Pozo fan? Oh, it's Pussy Bitch. Get it right, Teresa. It's not Pozo. It's not Posobiec. It's Pussy Bitch. Are they mad that they're not getting a lot of attention? Is that what it is? Is that what it is? Are you mad, bro? Are you mad? All right. Well, unfortunately, I have more depressing news for you. Oh shit. I don't think I tried to get this out of. Ah, shit. I thought I got a weird piece of this, but hold on. Sorry. Sorry. Oh shit. What happened? What did I do with it? Okay. Okay, well actually I'm gonna do this and then I'm gonna find woodshop incels maybe. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know. Um Here we go. This one I can't I'm so sorry. I did a terrible job of crediting people that have shared these things and dropped them in stuff. Proposed, not current law. Oh, okay. That's a proposed, so it's not part of the big ugly bill. I didn't recall seeing anything about that, but there was a lot in there that I probably missed. Nobody who lives on the internet is serious about the Unabomber. Really. A Mean Girls burn book for Claire Monster. If that's not progress, we need to create one. I just don't know. What are they mad? They mad they didn't get invited? Is that what it is? Is Chris Rufo mad he didn't get invited to like the Christmas party or something like that? I don't really understand. I don't really understand. Oh, more homeless people who are unhoused, and also now the criminalization of being unhoused, which is fucking ridiculous. So, fuck them. Fuck those people. But let's read this first, and then I'll figure out. I really want to read that Palantir story. I just got to find a back door. Company advised by Trump's sons said it hoped to benefit from Fed money, and then it took it back. Oh, look it, here's Tweedledum and Tweedledummer. Look at this soft little motherfucker right here. Look at this. Look at this incel no chin. Look at these guys. They have no chin. Sorry. Oh, wait. What's the other picture? What's the other picture? I'm not going to hold it. I don't want to hold it. Eric's holding it. I don't want to touch it. Ooh. I have an anus mouth. Ooh. God, I fucking hate these people. August 4th is this from, again, this is from the AP. A public document filed by a company that just hired Dump's two oldest sons as advisors. Just because are they qualified for whatever job you just hired them for? Is that what it is? Really, really, Grease. Included a sentence early Monday that said that it hoped to benefit from grants and other incentives from the federal government. What are incentives? Which their father happens to lead. But when the Associated Press asked the Dump family business about the apparent conflict of interest, the document was revised and the line taken out, because if they just make it go away in writing, then it doesn't really matter what they do 6 months down the road. That's the way these guys operate. Tweedledum and Tweedledummer are getting founder shares worth millions of dollars in New America Acquisition One Corp. Oh my God. A company with no operating business that hopes to fill that hole by purchasing an American company. Oh my God. That can play a meaningful role in revitalizing domestic manufacturing. According to the filing, the president has geared his trade policy towards boosting manufacturing in the U.S. This is a bunch of bullshit. This is a bunch of bullshit. And now I think we're going to enter the Barbary Coast phase of AI and reshoring and all of those things. Okay, just so you know, that's what I'm expecting. Is we're in the Barbary Coast phase, which is all bets are off, and get that money. The president has geared his trade policy toward boosting manufacturing. The original version, and don't forget, the big ugly bill provides companies the ability to expense 100% of the expenses related to onshoring or building something here. Junior should consider what gyno. Oh yeah, I know he does have a little moob action, which I don't care about his physical attributes. I do like to make fun of him, but I make fun of him mostly because he's a shitty human being. Oh, that's the difference. The original, okay, the original version of the securities filing said the target company should be well positioned to tap federal or state government incentives. That reference was taken out of the revised version. Literally, you guys, what this means is they wanted to find a company that was going to take advantage of government grants and contracts, acquire it, and then these two douche nozzles would benefit financially from government contracts. That's like the height of inappropriate. The height. The height. That is a conflict of interest. Very black and white. The Trump Organization didn't reply to a question about whether New America still planned to benefit from government programs or why the line was cut, but the outside law firm Paul Hastings that helped prepare the document sent an email to AP saying it was a mistake made by scrivenas, an old term for transcribers of legal papers. Scrivenas. The scrivenas were scouring the place. The scurvy scriveners were skulking about, finding language to include in the document. They were scrivening. That's right. Yes. Paul Hastings, go fuck yourself. Kathleen Clark, an expert in government ethics, said any excuses are too late because the Trumps had already tipped their hand. They just deleted the language. They haven't committed not to do what they said earlier today they were planning to do. I mean, if the intent of this shell company is just to buy and manufacture some kind of rando manufacturing, you know. Oh, Oomph says also a term of art to indicate an inconsequential typo or transcription error. Oh, well, that's. I see. I see. Well, dear. Oh, dear. It's an attempt to exploit public office for private profit, which really should be against the law. I don't know. I'm just spitting facts. New America is what's known as a special purpose acquisition company or SPAC. Oh, it's these SPAC things. These SPAC things are bad. It's a publicly traded company that exists solely to use its funds to acquire another company and take the target public. Oh my God, it's all a bunch of fucking grift. New America plans to raise money by selling new stock on the stock exchange at $10 a share. That will hand the two dump sons a potential of $50 million in paper wealth the moment the stock begins trading on the first day. The company hopes to sell enough shares to raise $300 million, which it then plans to use buying a yet unidentified manufacturer. A press release issued by New America saying it was focused on American values and priorities. It made no mention of the aim to get government incentives. The filing to New America's potential investors on the Security Exchange Commission was explicit about what it was looking for in a target company. It said, among other things, it wanted a company that can ride public policy tailwinds by benefiting from federal or state grants, tax credits, government contracts, or preferential procurement programs. Well, sounds like a grift to me, bitch. I don't know. All right, so that's that. Yikes. We're going to read some Heather Cox Richardson. Let me just see what else I've got here. Oh, we're going to read this. Christ on a cracker. Christ on the cracker. Oh my God. All right, I'm not sure I'm ready to read that yet, but I'll get there. This one, I actually did get this to clear the thing, so I want to read this. Directs military to target foreign drug cartels. This is, what is this? Oh, I thought this was interesting. The Metropolitan African Methodist Episcopal Church is suing the Hudson Valley Proud Boys for copyright infringement. Do you remember the case that they lost, the Proud Boys nationally lost, where they no longer have access to their name, to their trademark, to anything, any insignia around Proud Boys? They're prohibited nationally for using. I know it is. It's. I'm not ready for Mirren yet either. But they nationally they they are prohibited from using any of the nomenclature or insignia or logo or anything because because of their, I think it was because the church they burned in Washington, D.C. I just haven't pulled up the original case, but I noticed this come through. And yeah. Oops, I did it again. All right, so this is the Metropolitan African Methodist Episcopal Church, Hudson Valley Proud Boys Chapter. Blah, blah, blah. Plaintiff Metropolitan African Methodist Episcopal Church brings this action for injunctive, monetary, and other relief against defendants Hudson Valley Proud Boys Chapter and William Pepe, president of the whatever, for unlawful and ongoing infringement of plaintiff's trademark rights and other violations of law. Metropolitan AME by its undersigned attorneys upon personal knowledge, blah, blah, blah. Metropolitan AME is a historic black church in Washington, D.C. It is the place where Frederick Douglass had his funeral, where Eleanor Roosevelt spoke, and where Barack Obama prayed on the morning of his second inauguration. On the night of December 12, 2020, the church was viciously attacked by a mob of individuals affiliated with the Proud Boys, a radical, all-male white supremacist group. The Proud Boys members scaled a fence and stormed the church's grounds. They tore down the church's Black Lives Matter sign from the churchyard, stomped on it, and cut it into pieces, and loudly and publicly celebrated its destruction all over social media. Metropolitan AME refused to be intimidated. The church filed suit for trespass, theft, and destruction of property in the Superior Court of the District of Columbia against the Proud Boys International and others. After the defendants defaulted, the court entered a default judgment against PBI and its leaders that has grown to over $3.1 million with interest and attorney's fees. A copy of the judgment is attached. To collect on the judgment, which remains almost entirely unpaid, Metropolitan AME brought suit against a lawsuit against PBI and others seeking the rights to the Proud Boys' only known valuable asset, trademark rights in the name Proud Boys. After several entities agreed to resolutions with the church, in February 2025, the Superior Court of the District of Columbia ordered the transfer of all PBI's interest in the trademark Proud Boys to Metropolitan AME, and simultaneously imposed a lien on the Proud Boys trademark in favor of Metropolitan AME. The court also permanently enjoined defendant Proud Boys International LLC and its successors, assignees, representatives, and any other persons acting in concert or in coordination with them from selling, transferring, disposing of, or licensing the trademark Proud Boys without Metropolitan AME's consent or the court's approval. The groups around the country identifying themselves as Proud Boy chapters have, for many years, used the trademark to sell merchandise, fundraise, collect dues, and advertise on websites. As a result of the trademark order, all use of the name by or on behalf of the chapters should cease immediately, and any money the chapters have obtained from using the name should be applied towards the judgment the Proud Boys owe the church. Metropolitan AME now brings this case to enforce the trademark order, prevent the Hudson Valley Proud Boys chapter and its president, William Pepe, from further violations, and collect on amounts due for past infringement. To this day, Hudson Valley Proud Boys chapter and its president, Billy Peepee, in concert with other John Does, continue to unlawfully use the Proud Boys trademark. Plaintiff brings this case for damages and infringement since February 1st, 2021, when PBI's affiliates revoked the license for the Proud Boys organizations to use the Proud Boys trademark. Defendants thus have had no lawful authorization to use the name Proud Boys since February 2021. Because the trademark order awarded all of PBI's interest in the trademark Proud Boys to Metropolitan AME, the plaintiff is entitled to the remedies PBI would have for violation of such rights since such time. A copy of the letter revoking the license is attached. Defendant's ongoing willful infringement is tarnishing Metropolitan AME's trademark and is causing significant harm to Metropolitan AME. They now bring this action seeking an injunction prohibiting defendants' use of the name Proud Boys. Monetary damages unauthorized, blah, blah, blah. The Hudson Valley Proud Boys chapter is an unincorporated association that is a local chapter of the Proud Boys Fraternal Order. Really? Fraternal Order? The Hudson Valley Proud Boys chapter is currently active and is engaged in membership activities through a self-styled Proud Boys USA website alongside other means. Proud Boys USA. Oh, interesting. Listing the Hudson Valley Proud Boys chapter is among the chapters currently active in New York. Billy Peepee, has served as president of the Hudson Valley chapter while the chapter was infringing on the Proud Boys trademark. Peepee resided in Dutchess County, New York until June. In October 2024, Peepee was convicted of a felony. Tampering with records, documents, or objects, obstructing, impeding, or interfering with law enforcement during civil disorder. And 4 misdemeanors. What a naughty boy. Entering and remaining in a restricted building or grounds, disorderly and disruptive conduct in a restricted building or grounds, tampering with records, documents, or other objects by a federal jury for his role in the, January 6th U.S. Capitol attack. Peepee's convictions were based on his inciting a riot and destroying evidence related to the January 6th attack. He was pardoned on January 23rd by Donnie Dump. The jurisdiction, the sections, the sections, that's right. Defendants are subject to this court's personal jurisdiction. All right, so that's all the legal. PPI was the parent entity of the Proud Boys. And, this is 32 pages long. Let me see what we got. All right, so let me just see what the sections are here. Well, okay, they're going to be held responsible for this. Let's hope. Oh, I see. This is what they're using. The Hudson Valley Proud Boys chapter is one of 8 local Proud Boys chapters in New York. The Hudson Valley Proud Boys, individually and collectively with the other New York chapters, operates, controls, and maintains multiple websites, each of which uses the Proud Boys trademark prominently and refers to their group as Proud Boys. For example, nyproudboys.com uses the Proud Boys trademark in the domain name and includes a large conspicuous header consisting of the trademark on its homepage to promote and market the New York Proud Boys. Actively using these websites to spread awareness about the organization. So they're. Oh my God! Look at these are like. They're like community. Not that I hate community theater, so don't get on me about that. But this is like community theater level kind of like professionalism. And I don't hate community theater. I'm just trying to make a point. What? Trump offers a $50 million bounty on Maduro. What the hell? All right, so I will include this link so you can read in detail, but it looks like the AME church is not taking this sitting down, and they're going to go after their money, which they rightfully should. So, speaking of courts, I just want to also, I think this is pretty short. So, let me read this. This is about Pacer. Now, for those of you who know, probably most of you in here, is Pacer is the court documents like grand database, right? Well, they were hacked. They were hacked. Actually, let me check in with chat. Those scurry scriveners were skiving. The fine print must be scrutinized. Yeah, that can be fixed without altering fundamental meaning. They said it was illegal when Hunter did it. You just reminded me of Bartleby the Scrivener. And me of the Puddinhead Wilson and Rumples of the Bailey. It's only illegal if you don't have Trump's favor, yeah. Let's see. To scoop up bargains on companies bankrupted by tariffs. Oh, yeah, that's the, we're talking about the Trump stuff. I'm sorry, I should have stopped and, caught up with chat. Selling shares of nothing to buy something. That's right, Carrie, you nailed it. Congratulations. You, too, could be a magnet. Crime is legal now, Meowing Star. Don't you feel like that? Crime is legal. Well, I just read that they're throwing green dildos onto the court at WNBA games because of a crypto meme coin. I'm going to go scream into the void. I can't take the absurdity. I know. Meowing Star, people are fucking shitty. You know how we were like, oh, yeah, we're divided and, we should all, it. No. Okay? The third of the country who are assholes, go away. Go away. Go to Mar-a-Lago. Let's make the whole part of Mar-a-Lago West Palm Beach. Sorry to the West Palm Beach residents. Let's just put all the 30% of this country that is so fucked up in that part of Florida. I know. I'm sorry, but somebody's got to take them. Someone does. Give them, you know what? Why don't we'll move everybody we love out of Florida. Okay. This is the plan. And then we'll move all the assholes into Florida and we'll just make it its own like penal colony. Kind of like, when they used to, like Hawaii. I'm sorry, that's not nice. But I'm just saying, like, these people need to be out of our sight. I don't know what to do with them. I don't know what to do with people. They're just so evil. They're so fucking mad about shit. And I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. Why are you so mad, bro? Why are you so mad? Those toys are fungible. Yeah. Move them to Texas. Yeah, well, and yeah, I don't know. My mom's buried there, so sometimes I want to go there, but I guess I could. I mean, I guess I could. Grab a laugh when you can. Exactly. Grab a laugh when you can. Hold on, I'm gonna make a big noise. Okay, maybe not a huge noise, but big enough. I sent a quick clip and signal worth watching. Awesome. 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 I don't know what to do. Anyway, so Pacer has been hacked, and this article, I probably won't read it because now I'm kind of bored by it, TBH. But this one is about from the Free Law Project, and it's from a number of years ago. It's from 2021, but these folks called out that that the Pacer had issues. And so they called it out in 2021. Actually, I probably will read it, but nonetheless, that is what that is. Okay. Let's see what we got. Yeah. I love all my friends. They love to tag me. Hold on just a minute. Hold on just a minute. Hold on. Don't say anything yet. Oh man, I gotta figure out how to
Lo
get
que
it.
yo les puedo decir a la población, al presidente Trump y a todo
Hold on.
las personas que
Please stop. Please stop. Okay. Here we go. All right. Sorry, I have to do this a little different way because of what it's. What's up with the band? Don't say anything.
lo que yo les puedo decir a la
You're
población.
pissing me off. Not the guy, just the technology. Okay, so this is the clip Gal sent. Here we go. Everybody's good. Okay.
Lo que yo les puedo decir a la población, al presidente Trump y a todo las personas que están viendo acá ahorita este podcast es que seamos más empáticos, seamos más humanos, de que no podemos hacer leña del árbol caído y que tengamos primero amor propio, porque si no nos queremos nosotros mismos, mucho menos vamos a querer a los demás o al prójimo. Entonces, de verdad que aferrémonos a Dios, seamos más empáticos y no destruyamos a los demás, porque a nadie le gusta que hablen mal de uno. No hagamos leña del árbol caído, porque, o sea, es fácil hablar mal de alguien, pero no les gusta que hablen mal de ellos. Entonces, como me lo dijo un familiar, todo el mundo le va a tirar piedras al árbol que da fruto.
Oh, wow. Everyone is going to throw stones at the tree that bears fruit. Wow. That's pretty cool. That is very cool. Who is that gal? It was on the bulwark. I'll have to find who was that was speaking. That was really good. That was really good. Can you not make firewood from a fallen tree? I don't know. I think you can. So that's the gentleman. That's Andre Hernandez. That is the makeup artist that was sent to CCOT. I thought that might be him, but I wasn't sure. Yeah, not if it's rotten. He was tortured and raped. Oh my god, I'm so glad he's alive. I really thought he was going to be not alive, like they were going to kill him. Oh, that's frightening. Full interview. Oh, thank you, Gal. Gal's dropped the full interview with Andre Hernandez down in the chat from the Bulwark. Mm, yeah, definitely. So this is again from 2021. I just want to quickly read over it to see what it is about Pacer. You know what vulnerabilities they identified. For more than a decade, we and others have been writing about the many reasons that the PACER and CM-ECF system must be overhauled. We've laid out the numerous reasons why Congress needs to pass the Open Courts Act so that we can finally fix the PACER problem. Unfortunately, today we're writing about a new reason why the OCA is needed. We're writing to share ample evidence that the continued reliance on the outdated and crumbling PACER and CM-ACF system is a risk to Americans' privacy and national security. Overhaul of the system via passage of the OCA can no longer wait. In 2017, we became concerned about the security of the system when we discovered a frighteningly basic vulnerability in it. The vulnerability allowed the malicious owner of a website you visited to purchase content from Pacer using your logged in account. If the owner of such a website did so, they could spend your money to download your confidential sealed documents. Imagine an accused criminal luring a prosecutor onto a malicious website in order to download confidential documents from their case. This type of vulnerability is considered critical because it is trivial for security auditors or adversaries to discover and exploit. In general, if you have this type of vulnerability, your whole approach to cybersecurity is suspect. At the time we reported the vulnerability, it took the judiciary 6 months to fix it. This is far too long. We urge the judicial branch to centralize PACER, make it free, and rebuild it with modern best practices, all key components of the Open Courts Act. Unfortunately, this vice and foreign advisors may have accessed sealed content. Solar winds. The first evidence there was a problem came earlier this year. Again, this is 2021. After SolarWinds cyber attack, at that time, a group suspected to be backed by the Russian government penetrated into thousands of organizations around the world. One victim of the attack was the federal judiciary, which quickly announced they had a problem and noted vulnerabilities. Although the judiciary's announcement didn't go into detail about which sealed filings may have been accessed by a foreign adversary, we can guess. Sealed documents contain business secrets, arrest warrants, and criminal indictments, the names of minors, refugee applicants, and sexual assault victims. The list goes on. Unfortunately, since the judiciary didn't supply these details and lacks a FOIA-like public records law, the public may never know which types of documents were accessed. Mm, 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 mm. The second piece of evidence that PACER needs to be urgently overhauled as prescribed in the Open Courts Act comes from an analysis of the system that the judiciary commissioned itself and to their credit shared with the public. The analysis was completed by a team within the General Services Administration. Oh, remember when we used to have a General Services Administration? Yeah, remember that? Remember that? Decentralization and complexity are causing system instability, high maintenance costs, and security risk. Okay. What to do? Last year, before SolarWinds hack and before Path Analysis was released, House of Representatives passed the Open Courts Act. The OCA removes money from the system. By making PACER free to access, a whole class of vulnerabilities is removed. Systems that handle payments and credit cards to attract attacks and have juicier data than systems that do not. Remove the money, remove the risk. The OCA opens the system. PACER is designed to be a public access system, but it has always been difficult and expensive to use. Because of the obscurity of this difficulty creates, people regularly file private information into the system without understanding the risks. When the OCA is passed, it removes the barriers. Okay. OCA centralizes and homogenizes the system. As noted above, one reason PACER is a security nightmare is that it is not one system, but hundreds. Every district, appellate, and bankruptcy court runs their own installation of PACER. with its own bugs, modifications, and administration. This means that when there is a vulnerability detected or the system is under attack, innumerable servers must be upgraded by myriad staff members of the judiciary. In our experience, this process takes months. Further, many installations of Pacer, etc., have customizations applied to them by their local administrators. It's likely nobody knows what customizations are in use, much less whether they are secure. The current system was built before cloud computing and before the proliferation of robust open source web development platforms. As a result, it lacks the most basic security features that would come out of the box in almost any new system. You know, it's really interesting to me whether or not, like, I don't know. Let me see if I can find the hack and what it got, because I don't. I should have looked that up, but I didn't. Here we are again. Here you come on, taking my data when you shouldn't do it. Da 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 do do. Do 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 do. Do do do. Do 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 do. Let me see if this is worth reading. I don't know. Above the law. Oh, it's just so many pop-ups. So many pop-ups. Let's get some current. That was from 2021. Dinosaur. How dare you? Don't speak about dinosaurs that way. This is above the law. Who could have imagined that Pacer wasn't at the cutting edge of security? Someone hacked the federal court's beloved filing platform, once a humble slush fund for courts to finance office renovations. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, coming in hot. Pacer is now just a creaking but functional database struggling under the demands of power users. And oh my God, okay. Do we have to be like, okay, I'm just going to try and get the information. According to Politico, well, let's just go to Politico because you have too many feelings. You, sir or ma'am, have way too many feelings. Wait, do we throw stones at the tree to dislodge fruit? I feel so cut off from the land. The land of your people. That's Glendale. Okay. Here we go. This is the reporting 8.6 in Politico. The electronic case filing system used by the federal judiciary has been breached in a sweeping cyber intrusion that is believed to have exposed sensitive court data across multiple U.S. states, according to two people with knowledge. The hack, which has not been previously reported, is feared to have compromised the identities of confidential informants involved in criminal cases at multiple federal district courts, said the two people, both of whom were granted anonymity because they were not authorized to speak publicly. The Administrative Office of the U.S. Courts, which manages the federal court filing system, first determined how serious the issue was around July 4th. But the office, along with Justice Department and individual district courts around the country, is still trying to determine the full extent of the incident. What? It's not immediately clear who's behind the hack, though nation-state affiliated actors are widely suspected, the people said. Criminal organizations may also have been involved, they added. The Administrative Office of the U.S. Courts declined to comment. Well, yeah, because they got caught with their pants down. Asked whether it's investigating the incident, the FBI referred Politico to the Justice Department. The Justice Department didn't respond. It's not immediately clear how the hackers got in, but the incident is known to affect the judiciary's federal court case management system, which includes two overlapping components: case management electronic case files, or CMECF, which legal professionals use to upload and manage case documents, and Pacer, a system that gives the public limited access to the same data. In addition to records on witnesses and defendants cooperating with law enforcement, the filing system includes other sensitive information potentially of interest to foreign hackers or criminals, such as sealed indictments detailing non-public information about alleged crimes and arrest and search warrants that criminal suspects could use to evade capture. Chief judges of the federal courts in the 8th Circuit, which includes Arkansas, Iowa, Minnesota, Missouri, Nebraska, North Dakota, and South Dakota, were briefed on the hack at the judicial conference last week. God, I hate that word, judicial. Said the two people. It's unclear who delivered the brief, though the director of Administrative Office of the U.S. Courts, Judge Robert Conrad Jr., was in attendance per the first person. Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh, I like beer, was also in attendance but didn't address the breach in his remarks. Staffer Conrad declined to comment. The hack is the latest sign that the federal court system filing is struggling to keep pace. Get it? With a wave of cybersecurity attacks. Michael Scudder, who chairs the Committee on Information Technology for the federal court's national policy-making body, told the House Judiciary Committee in June that CM, ECF, and PACER... What the fuck? What? Who are you? I don't want you. Oh my God. What happened? What the fuck? I don't want it. Oh my God. No, I'm not connected to you. Holy shit. Fuck you, Politico, you fucking moron. Not morons. I said the wrong thing, but you fucking assholes. Oh my God. As of July 2022, my God. I just feel assaulted sometimes by websites. As of July 2022, the Justice Department was investigating another hack of the federal court system that then House Judiciary Chair Jerry Nadler described as startling. The incident involved 3 foreign hacking groups and dated back to early 2020. Nadler also said it's not clear who the foreign hackers were or whether these incidents were connected. Did nobody look into this? I don't understand, okay? Are we really good at intelligence or do we suck balls? Because this to me seems like we suck motherfucking balls. What the fuck? It's the first time I've ever seen a hack at this level. Said the first of 2 people who have spent more than 2 decades on the federal judiciary. What the fuck is wrong with you people? God, this is why we can't have nice things, because there's so much incompetence. The second person said that roughly a dozen court dockets were tampered with in one court district as a result of the hack. The first person was not aware of any tampering, but said it was theoretically possible. Well, apparently it's not theoretically possible, motherfucker. It's really possible because they fucking did it. Oh my God. The incident does not appear to have exposed the most highly protected federal court witnesses. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Since the real identities of those thought to face exceptional risk for cooperating are held on a separate system maintained by the Justice Department. Well, don't worry. Hold my beer. Pamela Joe will release that momentarily. God damn. During his testimony before the House Judiciary Committee, Scudder said that replacing CMF and PACER was a top priority for the judiciary. Well, apparently it wasn't, okay? But that developing a more modernized system would have to be developed and rolled out on an incremental basis. Why? You build it in a sandbox and you migrate your data. No, this is done every day. This is done every day. He also called CM, ECF, and PACER the backbone system federal courts depend on for mission critical. I don't think we're ever going to find out if it's Ghislaine stuff. Apparently, they can't even tell that they've had a problem. They don't even know they have a problem. Hey guys. Here we go. Let's see. Pete Hegseth. Please watch this video. Ann Nelson, I love you. In which certain religious leaders call for women to lose the vote and the reintroduction of slavery. And then note who retweeted it. Oh my fucking God. All Christ for all of life. Hold on, I gotta pull this down over here. Hold on. I'm coming back. I'm coming home. There we are, we're live. I'm coming home to a place where I belong. Where am I? Am I there? Is that where I am? Uh-oh. Is that the right screen? Yeah, that is. Okay. All right. Hold on. Okay, let's see what we got here.
Church senior pastor Doug Wilson makes no apologies for his beliefs on God
Pete
and
Hegseth
country.
retweeted this. Just letting you know.
Be a Christian town. I'd like to see the state be a Christian state. I'd like to see the nation be a Christian nation. I'd like to see the world be a Christian world.
And now Wilson's controversial views as a Christian nationalist are gaining sway in the nation's center of power with the recent opening of his new church and high-profile parishioners like Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth.
Is planting a church in D.C. part of your mission to try to turn this into a Christian nation?
Yes. So every society is theocratic. The only question is
What?
who's Theo? In a secular democracy,
What?
it would be demos, the people.
What? No, bitch. No. No, everyone does not live by a Theo. Okay? I know. Hegseth quote retweeted all of Christ for all of life. This is so fucking bad. Was it worth it? Did you work it? Did you back down, flip it, and reverse it?
In a Christian republic, it'd be Christ.
Well, what would you say to someone watching this to say, look, I'm a Muslim. Who are you to say your
Yeah,
worldview
who
is
are
better
you?
than mine, that your God is better than mine?
Well, if I went to Saudi Arabia, I would fully expect to live under their God's rules.
But you said earlier that you want this to be a Christian world.
Yes.
So you want to supplant their religion with your Christian.
Yes, by peaceful means, by sharing the gospel. There's a lot of work yet to do. I believe that we are working our little corner of the vineyard.
Wilson's Little Corner, a picturesque campus nestled on the outskirts of downtown Moscow,
Can I
Idaho,
get money?
is
Okay.
growing.
Hey, everybody, can I get money to build my own church? Is that can we raise money for I'm going to build a church compound, and it's going to be the Church of IDGAF. It's the Church of I don't give a fuck. It's the Church of leave me alone. Why can't we raise money for that kind of church? Right? Like, why can't I go out and find a stupid plutocrat that'll give me $10 million to find a piece of land and build the I don't give a fuck church? Ugh.
By the day with thousands of like-minded Christians. Parishioners of his church, known as Kirkers, own and operate several businesses downtown next to liberal college town stores.
If it's true,
Get that fat fuck.
Why did
I'm
he
sorry.
yell boots? Because it's
because of me.
because of you.
Yes,
Well,
I
you have,
will.
there you go.
That's a regular day for you.
That's not unusual.
A big focus of his Christian movement is on a patriarchal society where men are dominant
Yeah,
and
kind of
women are
ISIS,
expected
isn't
to
it?
submit to their husbands.
Women are the kind of people that people come out of.
So you just think they're meant to have babies. That's
Well,
it. They're just a vessel.
No, it doesn't take any talent to simply reproduce biologically. The wife and mother, who is the chief executive of the home, is entrusted with 3 or 4 or 5 eternal souls.
I'm here as a working journalist, and I'm a mom of 3.
Good for you.
Is that an issue
No,
for you?
No, it's not automatically an issue.
Josh and Amy Prince, along with their 4 kids, moved here from Washington State.
Do you see Amy as your equal?
Yes and no, in the sense that we're both saved by grace.
What?
We're absolutely on equal footing, but we have very different purposes.
Oh,
God-given.
really?
But do you see yourself as the head of the household, as the man?
He is the head of our household.
He is.
Yes, and I do submit to him.
He's
like,
fucking his
moving here
secretary,
I was
bitch.
just
Was
gonna say that.
ultimately your
Cow.
decision.
Yes.
That's a great
That's a great example.
Wilson says in his vision of a Christian society, women as individuals shouldn't be able to vote. His fellow pastors, Jared
Yeah.
Longshore and Toby Sumter, agree.
In my ideal society,
I
we would
thought
vote
these-
as households. And I would ordinarily be the one that would cast the vote, but I would cast the vote having discussed it with my household.
But what if there's your wife doesn't want to vote for the same
Right.
person as you?
Right. Well, then that's a great opportunity for a good discussion.
There are some who have gone so far as to say that they want the 19th Amendment repealed.
I would support that. And I'd support it on the basis that the atomization that comes with our current system is not good for humans.
And Wilson, a veteran.
What the fuck is an atomization system? What are we atomizing? Yeah, no, I know Unitarian. I actually used to belong to a Unitarian Universalist church. Yeah, I'm actually not. I don't believe in God, so I don't want any religion. I actually am. That's a huge joke. Like, I would do a compound of people that just want to be left alone. That's all. I just want to be left alone. I don't want any God. I don't want any doctrine. I don't want any of it. I don't want any of it. Yeah, Lee, you and I are going to the quarries, okay? Just so you know. We're going to fuck it up over at the quarries. But yeah, no, I like the Unitarian Universalists. I used to go to that. I just don't believe in God anymore, so nothing of that. Those don't hold any attraction for me whatsoever. But the Unitarian Universalists are probably the most Christians or whatever, or non-Christians, but non-denominational, but Christian in the Christian ideals, I guess, or so. I don't know. It's all a bunch of malarkey, according to me. So there you go. Yeah, one of those perfume sprays.
Himself is unapologetic about his view that women shouldn't be in certain leadership
there you go.
or
Parish
combat
could be a pack.
roles.
Hey,
Looking at the leadership page for Christ Church, it's all men. Do you accept women in leadership roles in the church and government?
In the church, no.
Why?
Because the Bible says not to.
Well, that's not what happens in the Bible. Women do lead all the time.
Progressive faith leader Reverend Jennifer Butler is concerned about Wilson's growing influence.
He is rapidly gaining in power. He has hundreds of churches established around the country. They actually literally want to take over towns and cities, and they have access to this administration.
Wilson is part of a
For about 8
broader
years, we
Christian
avoided using
nationalist
the word
movement
God in our
making
I know,
inroads with the Trump
they-
administration
those are-
with a newly created faith.
They are really good churches. Like I went to a couple in California and on the East Coast, and they were to me, the Universalists are really just about love, and that's really beautiful. And I think for me, what the turnoff is the higher power stuff. That's what the turnoff is, but that's a me thing. But I don't begrudge anybody doing, especially universalist stuff, because I feel like they are the most. They are very focused, let me say, not the most, but they are very focused on inclusion and love being their doctrine. So I'm down with that. But I can't belong to anything. You know what? That's what it is, Meowing Star. I can't belong to anything anymore. I just don't have any desire to be part of a group or anything. Isn't that weird? I don't know. This is where I'm at now in my elder years.
Office led by evangelical pastor Paula White King,
Paula White.
and people seen right outside the White House entrance praying and speaking in tongues.
We are standing on the soil of the White House, and we are declaring your word.
How precious.
And now there's a monthly prayer service at the Pentagon, initiated by Hegseth, Wilson's highest level connection to the administration.
It's not organizationally tied to us.
Yeah, I belong to
but
Gal Squad.
It's
There you
the
go.
kind of thing we
I'm
love
the Church
to
of
see.
Gal Squad.
For his part, Hegseth has publicly praised Wilson.
Now we're
Which is
standing
kinda
on the
like the
shoulders
Church
of a
of
generation
just leave me
later,
alone, you know?
the Doug Wilsons and the others.
Wilson's influence spans the globe with more than 150 churches. Lennox Califungua moved to Moscow from Africa.
It's really because I wanted to be a part of a community that was doing something, and especially in building Christian institutions.
Are there other black families in this community?
Oh, absolutely. There's a few black families.
Wilson maintains all are welcome to his church, but he's also not shying away from his past controversial statements on race.
Do you still believe what you said back in the 90s, that there's a mutual affection between master and slave?
Yes, it depends on which master, which slave you're talking about. Slavery was overseen and conducted by fallen human beings, and there were horrendous abuses, and there were also people who owned slaves who were decent human beings and didn't mistreat them. I think that system of chattel slavery was an unbiblical system, and I'm grateful it's gone.
What he also wants gone, same-sex marriage, because he thinks homosexuality is a crime.
In the late 70s and early 80s, sodomy was a felony in all 50 states.
Yeah, but
America of
this
that
guy
day
loves anal.
was not a
okay,
totalitarian
I'm just going to tell you that
So
right
you
now.
would like America to go back to that?
I'm going to tell you right now. This guy's back door is always open. You know what I'm saying? That's right. There's no shame in that game. No shame in that game. But his back door, always open. Always. I mean, the fact that he's so obsessed about anal means he wants it. I mean, Anal's great. So, you know what? Crack on, McDuff. No hate here. But methinks he doth protest too much. I think he wants to be pegged. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he wants to be pegged. Sorry, I just had to make fun of him for that. Because for him, that's a huge insult. For other people, it's like, okay, but for him, the fact that he wants to be pegged is really embarrassing. So I'm going to take advantage of that.
Yep.
Wilson maintains his ultimate goal
He
is to
agrees.
bring about the second coming of Christ through his work and rejects critics' claims he's trying to
Oh my
make
God,
the
you guys!
dystopian world
I gotta
of The
show you what I
Handmaid's
bought this
Tale
weekend.
a reality.
I'm not a white nationalist. I'm not a fascist. I'm not a
You're
racist.
all of
I'm
those
not a
things.
misogynist.
How far off do you see a Christian nation, like a full-on Christian
Because you
theocracy?
say it?
250 years.
250 years.
Yeah, honestly, that's yes.
What you see. But you do think it will happen?
Yes, I do. We're not going to usher in anything ourselves. We're really genuinely pioneers.
Pioneers of hate. Look at this. Fucking Pete Pig's breath. Mr. Kage's breath. Yes, I would disagree with him too on many things. And he's all the things he said he wasn't. Even though, it doesn't matter what he says. I don't give a shit what he says about himself. I know what he's about. Let's see. Let me catch up. I think the main point here is that Pete Hegseth is holding prayers with the fucking guy at the Pentagon. Yeah, exactly. They really glossed right over that, didn't they, Gal? But there's monthly prayer services. Is that what they said? And what is his relationship, if at all, to like a Mike's Little Johnson or something like that? Is Mike's Little Johnson more in the Opus Dei kind of thing? I don't know. Like the other preacher and wife, he may be getting pegged. Yeah, I mean, you know what? And again, I am all for it. I am actually all for it. It's not an insult at all. But this guy, this is Johnson's dude too. Okay, so it is kind of that. Because here's the thing I was thinking about. Okay, hear me out. Hear me out. In the big scheme of who wins through this administration, right? In the big scheme of things, let me take him off the screen so we'll just have the fire. Oh, no, we don't have the fire. Oh, my God. I don't have the campfire. Anyway, in the big scheme of this administration and the world that they're trying to create, it feels to me as if, the evangelical kind of Christian nationalists, white supremacists, racists, kind of all the things, that group who really advocated for Dump to get rid of Roe v. Wade, right? All those institutes of mass destruction that are really focused on the Christian nationalist part of it, right? The Christian nationalist part of this. Because people like, what's his name? Peter Thiel is into some weird like cosmism. He's not into like the typical whatever. And the Johnson Amendment. Yes, and the Johnson Amendment, which of course they just got rid of. So now from the pulpit, you can, without any hesitation. Oh, thank you, Gal. I was wondering about Russ Vought and where he fell in this whole Christian nationalist thing. Because I feel like you've got like the billionaire donor class, the corporations, the people I mentioned earlier, like Apple and Meta and Google and XAI and Palantir and all that. I feel like you have that kind of set of forces. And then you have this Christian nationalist force, which actually also helped, get us to this point. And what they get out of the deal, because I'm always thinking, what do people get out of the deal? He's a radical Christian, but it's like this weird, I don't know if he's really a Christian. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he's really a Christian. I think there's some weird, like, caveat. I think he has some caveats on his Christianity. Doesn't Vought have a Christian nationalist side gig he had to leave to come to this? I don't know. Did he leave? It's like the Council for Families or something. Family Research Council. Is that his thing? Wait, hold on. Gal will know immediately. Pro-marriage and pro-life, yeah. Tony Perkins, that's that guy. Okay, maybe that's not him. But was Russ Vogt, what was the Dominionist? Oh, okay. Good point. Gal says, I'd call them Dominionist, which is the Seven Mountains, which means kind of like Christianity. It's American something, but I thought families was in there. Okay, Russ Vogt. Center for American Restoration. That doesn't sound chuddy at all. Oh, Center for Renewing America. That's it. That's it. Sorry. Launched in 2021. Wow. Bye, Tom. See you later, alligator. Don't forget the movie tonight, Tom. Okay. Sounds right. I'm sure Gal. Oh yeah, Gal has threads on it. Oh, trust and believe. Absolutely. I know, Lee. They need to mind their own business. Yep. I thought the right wing didn't like the government in your personal business. Are the chuds sleepwalking? They just no. It's like an argument of convenience. You know, like, oh, you have a fact to discount my argument over here. Well, I'm just going to pivot and argue over there. You know what I mean? Like they're just they don't have any kind of anything. This is what Russ Vogt founded in 2021, 4 years ago. And let me say this, what I think is, so let me finish my point. My point was that in the Christian nationalist part of this quagmire we find ourselves in, okay, I think what they get out of it is obviously the lack of regulations and things helps them, right? The Johnson Amendment helps them. The takeover of state legislatures helps them. All of those things help them because they can then pass local laws, which then make it harder to be a human being. But then also they get the schools. So I think the big prize, the big door prize for the Christian nationalists as part of this whole like hostile takeover is that they get the education. They get to build that world that this douche nozzle wants through capturing education. I think someone was saying PragerU is now like offering like PBS level programming or something like that. I don't know what the story is behind that, but it wouldn't surprise me. And that's another piece to this, right? Influence and mind fucking and all the things. That's what I think the Christian nationalists get out of this. Oh, yeah, they get the aid. That's a good point, too. So all the money that is taken away from international aid can then flow through them to do their fucked up missions somewhere where they're not really helping people. I've seen these guys on the ground. They're not helpful. It's a sham. So, because I was struggling a little bit with, okay, well, where does the new kind of glitterati of Peter Thiel, et cetera, where does that leave people like, I don't know, Mike Huckabee or, like the real Christian nationalist people? Where does that leave them? And I think it's really just the fact that they get all this kind of access to the education of youth. The voucher programs and such, that's going to Christian schools. I don't know if anyone's done any real significant like reporting on the number of schools that are opening or closing. I'd be interested in looking at that, actually. But this is Center for Renewing America. This is Russ Vogt. There he is. There's the ass fucking wipe. You fucking asshole. Okay, well, this is what we do, and we have the worst graphical user interface ever on our fucking website. Yeah, we're really dumb. The center, now under the... Wait, no, we have a better thing.
The Center, now under the leadership of Eric Tittysell, I think that's how you pronounce his name, was created to confront the woke and weaponized agenda of the ruling class, not us, and replace it with one that puts God, country, and community. Well, white Christian community. Just kidding. Everybody's welcome. Whatever. At the center of the policy debate in Washington, we do this through, number one, providing research and policy ammunition to lawmakers on a range of issues that put the interests of Americans first. White Americans in particular. At home and abroad. A la Gal's comment about USAID humanitarian aid being now rerouted probably to people like this. Leading the charge in national policy battles deemed too perilous by legacy conservative organizations, but key to American renewal. We're not afraid of fighting the really, really bad stuff where we actually end up with a lot of dead people. We don't mind. We're fine with that. We're good with that. Advancing paradigm-shifting policy narratives that properly orient position and interest for white conservatives. Oh, I guess conservatives, right? Oh, okay. To outmaneuver the left, serpentine, and win the most consequential battles of the day. The priorities of God, country, and community have been vindicated on the national stage. That's right. We cheated, we won. And paradigms are shifting in ways once thought impossible. But victory is not final. No. There's more to come, people. The entrenched forces that oppose America's renewal remain. And the battle for the nation's future continues. That's right. That's right. So that's what we have to do. Okay, so listen to Eric Tittysell. Because he has to do this because I'm really busy stealing all the money that is coming into the U.S. government and putting it in stablecoin. The end.
So that's Russ Vogt. So yeah, he's a fucking. That was my like aha moment on. Oh, they get the schools. That makes sense. They get all the the other stuff too, but their real motivation is they get the hearts and minds of the young people, which they won't. But that's fine. We don't have to tell them that. Oh, you just had a family of Blue Jays. Oh, they can be really cute. They can be really mean too. Yeah, you're right, Dan. It's the kids' minds. That's what it is. It's trying to, mind fuck everybody. I don't think it'll work, unfortunately. Or fortunately. Does this look like Sunday service to you? Oh my God. This is from 2021? Oh my God. Pray Vote Stand. I remember this web show where Perkins claimed the wokeism and sexually explicit material has been exposed. He suggests that the Biden administration solicited NSBAP public ed and coached them on what to write in their letter. What's this? Eat, pray, stand. Yeah. Yeah.
Good evening.
Hi,
welcome
Tony.
to Pray Vote Stand. I'm your host, Tony Perkins,
Hi,
president
Tony.
of Family Research Council.
How you
Tonight,
doing?
is the Biden administration attempting to
Biden
intimidate parents into silence? There is a growing movement across America. Concerned parents showing up at school board meetings, making their voices heard as the wokeism, radical ideology, and sexually explicit materials that have infiltrated America's classrooms.
Where's the school? I gotta find it.
A packed house of passionate parents tonight in Cherokee County.
Right now, parents are lining up outside the Cobb County Board of Education.
An overflow crowd. Parents giving Forsyth County School Board members an earful.
Now to a heated debate in Brevard County over new guidelines for gay, lesbian, and transgender students. Parents at an elite New York City private school outraged after high school juniors were asked to take a porn literacy course.
Fed up parents are fighting against their school's woke curriculum with
I couldn't get kids to remember the goddamn dates of the American Revolution. Are you kidding me that I would give them... come on now. This is not real. Anyway, yes, back in the day and today still, the whole school board parent movement was an astroturfed rage campaign. And this is part, if you remember, back in 2015 or even maybe even earlier, well, probably more so during the first Trump administration, Bannon was the king. Bannon was the king of run for school board, run for school board, run for school board, run for school board. And so was Mike Flynn. Local action has national impact. And now look at him. He's the fucking head of the PTA at West Point. What? Womp womp. Oops. That was a beep. I guess I have a beep. Here we go. That's right. Mike Flynn is just the head of the PTA at West Point. It's very disappointing. Very, very, very disappointing. All right. Anyway. Thank you, Gal, for that. Amazing context. I love my friends so much. They have the best, they have all the context. All the. I love it. Let's see. Okay. I mean, Lee, no one's ever ready for this. Okay, let me just be honest with you. You guys. Did they deregulate groin kicking yet? No. It's almost as bad as those new media. I know, which is so ridiculous, Jim. I just put out a movie, that little clip I did of Andrea Mitchell sitting behind the Washington Examiner. I think he's the Washington Examiner reporter at the State Department briefing last week. Or this week. Yeah, this week. I'm ready now. I'm on the patio enjoying nature. There you go. Okay, so let me tell you about Stephen Mirren. If you watch my show, you'll know that I have spoken a little bit about Stephen Mirren, who is right now the head of he's the chair of the economic advisors to the president. So he's the head of that, and he's the author of a little document we like to call the Mar-a-Lago Accord, which, if you don't know what that is, it's actually a restructuring of global trade think piece that Stephen Mirren, this guy, this penis tip, this guy, chairman of the Council of Economic Advisors to the president, who wrote what is called to the Mar-a-Lago Accord. I think it was called something like Restructuring Global Trade or something really corporate. And in that document was the tariff scheme that you see kind of playing out in front of us. And actually, it was a lesser tariff scheme. It wasn't even as sprawling and ridiculous as or high as the one that we ended up with. But but also it includes things like, and we're going to basically, in simple language, we're going to force countries through our trade deals to give us more tariff revenue, buy our products, and reshore manufacturing here, with the idea that then part of these trade deals would also be access to the natural resources within a given country. So like, I think with, I can't remember who, but let's just say Indonesia. For example, within Indonesia's trade agreement would be a portion where our government gets some level of access to their own natural resources. And if you recall, that is all in line to boost and become the AI and crypto mining capital of the world here at home. And so they need the minerals, the water, all the resources. And that's what you see kind of coming out in each of these, like either negotiated ceasefires or the trade deals. And this motherfucker is the little maggot that kind of put words to all of that. So, but now, oh no, he says, hold my arsenic. Trump is nominating Stephen Miron to temporarily fill the vacancy at the Fed. One of the Fed governors, retired or something. I think he or she, I can't remember if it was a he or she. They retired. And this motherfucker is going to replace him. So this is from CNN, and let me read it to you. President Donald Trump said Thursday he is nominating Stephen Miron, a key voice in the push for the administration's tariff policy and a critic of the Federal Reserve's independence, to fill a vacancy at the Federal Reserve's Board of Governors on a temporary basis. Miron is currently the chair of the Council of Economic Advisors. He's widely credited with creating the intellectual backbone of Trump's expansive tariff policy and has been a critical voice in support of Trump's economic agenda since assuming the role. Miron is filling a vacancy left by Adriana Kugler, who was appointed by former President Joe Biden in 2023. Her term was slated to end in January, but she announced her resignation without citing a reason for her departure. I think that this is very important to the president, Miron told CNBC on Wednesday. I did want to find that. I had that interview, and now I missed it. I can't find it. If confirmed by the Senate, Miron's arrival would likely bring another voice at the Fed in support of lower interest rates. Oh, and more. Okay, this isn't just about interest. It was a she, okay. At the Fed's July meeting, policymakers voted to hold borrowing costs steady for a fifth consecutive time, but more than one Fed governor dissented. Actually, not more than one, just two Fed governors dissented on the decision, the first time that's happened in more than 3 decades. Well, you know what? Shit happens. It's unclear if the Senate will move swiftly enough to have Miron on the board by the time the Fed policymakers convene for their September 16th, 17th policy meeting. Something tells me the economics is going to drive us to a rate cut in September, so I'm not sure I would worry so much about that. The confirmation process is going to take a couple of weeks, maybe as much as 2 months, Brian Gardner, chief Washington policy strategist at Stifel, told CNN. If Miron is confirmed, he'd be in a position to be elevated as Fed chair. He'd also be taking the same route that other former Fed chairs have taken, such as Janet Yellen and Ben Bernanke, who led the CEA before helming America's central bank. According to Fed rules, the chair can be chosen only among current Fed governors, and Powell, whom Trump has attacked for months, has refused to reveal if he's staying on the board after his term as chair ends in May 2026. Powell's term on the board runs through 2028, so he could theoretically choose to stay as a Fed governor. Fed chairs typically step down from the central bank's board entirely after their term ends. Who is Stephen Miron? Who is this penis tip? A Harvard-trained economist and published academic, Miron has worked in fiscal and trade policy issues throughout his career, from his time in government to a stint at an investment firm. He served in the Treasury Department during Trump's first term and has also worked as a senior fellow at the Manhattan Institute of Destruction, a conservative think tank, and as a senior strategist at Hudson Bay Capital, a global investment firm. Miron came the subject of Wall Street fascination in the wake of his November 2024 paper outlining a tariff-centric approach to rebalancing U.S. trade deficits. He remains an ardent supporter of using tariffs to reshape global trade. Oh my God. Okay, this is a quote. Wait, we need the voice.
I'm sorry. I can't read it seriously. I can't. Don't make me. They all predicted that our tariffs would incur massive retaliation from our trading partners. That they would try to punish American firms and American businesses and workers for it. And nothing could be farther from the truth. Miron told Fox Business on Thursday, hours before Trump announced his nomination. It's been a massive success for American workers. I think, on the Fed, Miranda said he supports lower interest rates. Duh. I think we have to acknowledge that the president has had an absolutely fabulous track record on the subject of interest rates. Miranda told CNBC on Friday. He's going to end up having been proven right again that lower rates are appropriate. Yeah. Right, watch me. I'm going to tank the motherfucker. But he also co-authored
But he also co-authored a Manhattan Institute of Destruction report last year that called the Fed's independence as an outdated shibboleth. And he called for shorter terms for Fed governors.
Central bank independence has long been considered an essential element for successful monetary policy, but central banks are creations of political exigency, and pure independence exists only in textbooks, the report said. It can also bestow power without accountability, so there. That's right. That's right. Come at me, bro. Come at me, bro.
I dislike AI, but the new Trump ballroom video is powerful. Oh, hi, Badger. Wait, I posted Trump's lie social account. Do we have to take them through? After my 12-hour suspension for suggesting someone needed to relocate Jesse Waters' teeth. Badger, I wondered how I hadn't seen you in a minute. Did you get in trouble? Did you get in trouble? Did you get in trouble? That's funny. All right, what else have I got here? Oh, this is something that Gals shared. I wanted to. What the hell? What the hell? This is from the New York Post. It's a piece of trash, but it's still the story. Russia has launched, oh my God. Russia has launched a twisted adoption database where kidnapped Ukrainian children can be sorted by age, eye color, I imagine, and number of siblings, according to the NGO seeking to return Kyiv's stolen children. Mykola Kuleba, CEO of the Save Ukraine organization, raised the alarm over the Russian database on Wednesday, warning that the 294 children on the site are effectively being trafficked. Yeah. Yeah. These children are presented like products in an e-commerce store, sortable by age, gender, eye and hair color, health status, and even personality traits. Holy shit. That's Mykola Kuleba, CEO of Save Ukraine organization. Oh, God, the Post is so awful. These children are not war orphans. They had names, families, and Ukrainian citizenship, he added. Many lost their parents to shelling. Others were forcibly taken and re-registered with new documents. Now they're being matched with Russian families treated like animals in a pet adoption database. What a baby. Ukrainian officials estimate that some 35,000 children. What are we doing in this world? What are we doing in this world? Have been kidnapped and taken into custody by Russia since the start of the invasion in February 22. Kuleba said that most of the children found in the catalog were those who lived in the Luhansk region before it fell under Russian occupation. Oh my God, those babies. He accused Moscow of systematically deporting the children deep within Russia so that they would be separated from their loved ones permanently and raised to be Russian. With a single click, a child is stripped of their identity, issued a Russian passport, and subjected to ideological control. This is not adoption. This is not care. This is digital child trafficking masked as bureaucracy. He also claimed that the website, which fully pictures the children with all their physical traits, could expose the kids to sexual and labor exploitation as well as organ harvesting. Oh my God. Some of the children listed on the website are described as obedient and respectful towards adults, while others have labels stating physical development is age appropriate. Ukrainian officials have worked to highlight the mass kidnapping of the country's children by Russia since the start of the war, with international experts highlighting Moscow's deployment of the kidnapped kids to re-education camps. Andrei Yermak, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky's chief of staff, warned last month that some of the older kidnapped teams have been deployed on the battlefield to fight against their own country, with several bodies already found along the front lines. The mass kidnappings are among the charges that led the International Criminal Court to issue an arrest warrant for Russian President Vladimir Putin in 2023. What's not mentioned in this story is that the office that was looking into the kidnapped children from our State Department was closed by Marco Rubio. True story. In fact, I'll find it. Where is it? This might have. Okay, yeah, here we go. This is from Lloyd Doggett, who's a Texas Dem. Bipartisan House members urged Secretary Rubio to save program tracking kidnapped Ukrainian children. This is June 11th of this year. Oh, sorry, it's so hard. Nobody knows anything about graphics anymore. Today, U.S. Representative Lloyd Doggett, led a bipartisan group of colleagues in urging State Secretary Marco Rubio to maintain funding for the Conflict Observatory at Yale University's Humanitarian Research Lab. Months after Russia launched its full-scale invasion of Ukraine, the Conflict Observatory began collecting, analyzing, and preserving information related to Russian war crimes, including Putin's abduction and concealment of Ukrainian children within Russia's adoption system. Without your immediate action, the Conflict Observatory will be forced to shutter by July 1st, and its ongoing research identifying more kidnapped Ukrainian children will end. Although the Conflict Observatory's database of children has been transferred to Europol, it will quickly become out of date in a matter of weeks, hindering efforts to ensure every child is returned to family. No explanation has been given to us as to why funding for the Conflict Observatory has been terminated. We're part of a bipartisan effort. We ask that you utilize your authority. Earlier this year, the Trump administration illegally terminated congressionally authorized funding for the Conflict Observatory before reinstating a 6-week funding allotment to transfer all research and data to Ukrainian organizations and Europol, the European Union's agency for law enforcement. The lawmakers note that Europol and other organizations do not have the specific expertise and resources needed to successfully navigate open source intelligence and Russian websites to locate missing children. Research must continue unabated to maintain the rigorous process of identifying every Ukrainian child abducted by Russia. The Conflict Observatory has verified that at least 19,500 children have been forcibly deported from occupied areas of Ukraine, funneled into re-education camps, or adopted by Russian families and their identities erased. The actual number of children remaining in Russia is presumably significantly higher, with a Russian official stating in July 2023 that Russia had brought 700,000 children from conflict zones in Ukraine to Russia. Many kidnapped Ukrainian children have not yet been identified due to the Kremlin changing their names, place of birth, and date of birth. To ensure the United States upholds its core democratic values, Doggett and more than 50 colleagues submitted a bipartisan request. Well, unfortunately, let me tell you that I think the Conflict Observatory is closed. I think that funding was cut off. Here we go. Let's take a look. Beep. Whatever. This is the Yale School of Public Health website. Let's see how they're doing. The Yale Humanitarian Research Lab will document alleged gross violations of international law and war crimes by Russia-aligned forces in Ukraine as part of a new conflict. Okay, but I need to know what your current shit is. Damage assessment of health, summary report and satellite, documenting war crimes. And let me... Oh. Page is gone. Page is gone. Learn how the HRL is documenting alleged violations of international law and crimes against humanity by Russia-aligned forces. We apologize for the inconvenience. The page you're looking for is not available on our current site. Wow. Yikes. Well, thanks for sending that. Maybe out at archive. Yeah. Dear God, what happened to Rubio? He looks completely soulless in every picture. I think he actually agrees with this. Yeah, Teresa, I saw that. He's going after Tish James. I'm actually surprised it's taken them this long to be like, you know, it's beyond reprehensible. I can't even. You know, this is why when I get trolled by people like that guy that came in earlier, are you a Trump hating lefty? I'm not sure how you can be a human in this world and not think that this is wrong. I don't understand that mindset. I really don't. And I guess that people think this is all a game. That's the sense I get. Sense I get for people like that and people who focus on petty personal issues between each other. I think that is so wrong. I mean, I focus on petty shit too, by the way, all the time. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't have any space in your YouTube presence to be talking about what's happening, then I don't know what you're doing on this platform. I really don't. If you're focused on weird kind of parasocial dynamics and, you know, a constant sense of being offended or not offended, but like, you know, if you're just like into it for petty beef and to beef with each other, what the fuck are you doing? I mean, I'm being serious. What the fuck are you doing? Really? I don't expect everybody to be a news show or whatever, you know. I don't expect that, but I expect people to put aside the petty bullshit. I mean, I know some people just live for it and I get it, but man, that's an empty fucking life. And if you're coming into my show and thinking you're going to be somebody by equating sex with your wife with raping a child, and you don't have anything to say about any of the policies that I very eloquently laid out for you, then I don't know why you even exist here. I mean, the damage is real. And baby, you're the damage. Sorry. Yeah, I'm here for the community and humor too. I am too. And I'm here to learn because this is what I would be doing. I may not be talking to myself, but this is what I would be doing. Maybe I would, I should say. And information, I suppose. I don't know. Well, I mean, on a good day, right, Josh? On a good day, sometimes we share information. Yeah, but the current news is great too. Yeah. And, you know, so that's the thing. Like, I just don't, this is why those people just confound me. It just confounds me when people come in and be like, oh, boy, you're a fucking libtard. You know, like, what? Why do you think You know what's insulting? It's insulting that you are so unaware of who you are in the world and what is important in this world. That's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed for you. I'm embarrassed for you. I do. Lawrence has warmed on me. I want to read this and then I want to go to the Lawrence thing because I think that might be where we wrap today. Today, U.S. Trade Representative, this is July 31st. It's from the Office of the United States Trade Representative. So this is right from the literal horse's ass. I mean, mouth. Jamie Greer, an angry elf. Today, U.S. Trade Representative and angry elf Jamieson Greer issued a statement following Trump's issuance of an executive order modifying the reciprocal tariff rates for certain countries to further address the national emergency posed by large and persistent annual trade deficits, except for in the case of Brazil, where we just want to be assholes because we had a surplus with Brazil. So it's not really just about the deficit or whatever, the trade gap. It's not. Today is historic. Oh, wait.
Today is historic. For decades, American international economic policy has been subordinated to the industrial and trade policies of other countries. Everybody can do stuff better than us. Oh no, Carla, don't leave. America has pursued a principle of economic efficiency at all costs, even where it meant the American industrial base was offshored and our workers had to compete against unfair trade. Our trade deficit in goods ballooned to a massive $1.2 trillion in 2024, which reflected a dangerous decline in U.S. manufacturing and manufacturing jobs. Hold on. Oops. Hold on. Up. Oops. There we go. Hold on. Okay, what? Let me tell you how things are done. Yeah. La 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 la. La 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 la. La la Hold on. Let me show you.
One of my favorite websites, as you know, maybe you don't, is Trading Economics. Carla la 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 la. Carla la la la. Carla la 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 la. Okay, this is the trade deficit, okay? Over 10 years. No, 5 years. What'd I do? 5 years? Yeah, 5 years. Okay, so this is 2020. June 2020. It was negative. Our trade deficit across all whatevers was negative 71 billion. 70 million? 70 million. I don't know. Is that millions? It's in millions. 71 million. No. Okay, and then Joe Biden is president. Joe Biden, and it went down a little bit, but then it's negative 84 in January 2021. And and guess, hey, remember when we talked about what happened in March 2022 when the trade deficit dropped really low? It was because of nickel. There was a specific issue in the nickel commodity that impacted the trade balance. Not anything that President Joe Biden or anybody did. Okay, so I done it and it started being, and then they started closing the trade deficit and it went back to relatively contemporarily normal issues. Da 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 da. And then here, oh my God, it's January 2025. And the trade deficit, you know, the thing he's really worried about. Yeah. It went down to it went up to 155 $1 billion, 1.5 billion. That's right. I said it. $1 billion. Now we're going to go to the year. Yeah. In July 2024, blah, blah, blah. Okay, it's Biden, 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 Trump. 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 Okay. April 2nd, we started to get some revenue. But let me tell you, okay? This man isn't doing shit about the fucking trade deficit. So you can all go fuck yourselves because he's not really doing anything that's very great. Yeah. Sorry. I just felt like singing. It's a gazillion space box. Simple check. Do people want low prices or things made in the U.S.? Customers dictate. Yep. Purchase price that suppliers have to meet to win business. No choice but to offshore to meet consumer price. Yeah. Yeah. We've been through this. This is why we have an issue. Oh my God. Okay. Our trade deficit ballooned to a massive 1.2 trillion. You know what? Actually, it didn't, sir. Which reflected a dangerous. He might be cherry picking certain industries. This is what they do. He says a statement like this: our trade deficit in goods ballooned to a massive 1.2 trillion in 2024, which really only is only part of the story, because I don't know what numbers he's pulling, but those aren't the numbers that we just looked at, which are the official numbers, by the way. So I don't know which side of his ass he pulled that number out of, but it's a mess. And then, oh yeah, that's the other one. I just love trading economics. Oh my God, this website, I just love it. I love it. I love you. Manufacturing jobs. We looked at this before too. Yeah, yeah. Where is it? Yeah. Where is it? Yeah, here we go. Yeah. Yeah. This is called United States Manufacturing Payrolls. This is just the narrative. Manufacturing payrolls in the United States fell by 11,000 from the previous month in July of 2025. A third consecutive period of contraction. Hi. Hi, everybody. You're being lied to. You should demand to be kissed because you are being fucked. Just saying. Manufacturing in the payrolls average 3.52. Let me show you 10 years. I mean, here's the thing. I mean, max. Okay, let's do max. Yeah. Hell, what the fuck? So this is 2016. This is manufacturing payrolls. Okay, this is the payroll number for manufacturing jobs in this country. Okay, August 2015. It says negative 5,000. Oh, so that's like the jobs report. Okay, so being a man, this is all Dumpy Dumperson. Nina no nina na no nina no nina na 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 na. It goes up, it goes down. But then in October 2019, it goes down to negative 54,000. A lot of jobs lost in whenever that was. And then COVID. So COVID, yucky poo poo. But then it started to go back up as we started to kind of come out, or, you know, whatever. I suppose this also has to do a little bit. I wonder if this has to do with more of like the pharmaceuticals and shit. I don't know. Who knows? In fact, maybe we don't do that. And then been a bun, now it's Joe Biden. And there, you know, but this is not, okay? These are the manufacturing jobs over 10 years. Stop being dramatic. You're not doing anything to reshoring jobs, okay, bitch? Nothing, honey. A dangerous decline. No, it didn't, okay? It was normal. It was the normal, because we are a service economy. We are not a manufacturing economy. That's why we offshored it, because people want to pay $5 for a t-shirt. Okay? That's what it is. So, but Jameson Greer, massive cuck, says President Dump is reversing all of that. Over the past few months, the president's tariff program and the ensuing Trump round of trade negotiations have accomplished what the WTO and multilateral negotiations have not been able to achieve at scale. Expansive new market access for U.S. exporters. Oh, prove it. Prove it. Prove it, bitch. Prove it. In fact, let's look at the exports. I know it's early in the tariff scheme, so it won't give us all the data, right? You know, it won't be like totally 100%. But let's just see what it says right now. What was I going to look at? Wait. Oh, exports. U.S. exports going to trade in economics. Yeah. Let's talk about it. Here's what they say. Exports of goods from services from the United States decreased a 0.5 percentage point to $277 billion in June 2025, the lowest in 5 months. Goods exports decreased $1.2 billion to $179 billion due to lower sales of finished metal shapes, non-monetary gold, and computer accessories. On the other hand, exports rose for excavating machinery, civilian aircraft, and pharmaceutical preparations. Exports of services decreased $0.2 billion, including travel. Yes, exports also impacted by the loss. Agricultural exports impacted by the loss of USAID. And so here it is. What is this? This is a year, I think. Oh, no, not quite. All right, so these are the exports, okay? So this is interesting. April 2025, 291 billion. So that spiked. But look. And I wonder what this line, I mean, take a mental picture of this because I wonder what this line, well, you don't have to because I can always run it. But take a mental picture of what this is all about because we're going to keep looking at this. Because I just love watching things fall apart, apparently. Have the solar panel factories in the infrastructure bill been canceled? I don't know, Carrie. I mean, that's all coming. This is all unfolding. You know. Gonna get some coffee and work on a Pink Floyd Money parody. Fuck yeah. Money. It's a myth. Pay for that tariff, you little bitch. Money. It's a crime. Did you see where Spain and the Swiss are backing out of the US F-36 because of tariffs? Really? Uh-oh. I think the Swiss are really mad at us, right? I think they're really mad at Dump. Okay. I want to play this Lawrence thing. Hold on. Just a moment. Just a moment, please. Thank you very much. So much winning. Oh my God. So much winning. It's just, I'm beside myself with all the winning. Money. It's a bitch. Do, 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 do. All right, let me make this bigger. I'm going to make it bigger. I'm going to make it bigger. Lawrence O'Donnell, finally, the media begins to realize the White House press corps is failing. No, really? No, really. Teresa, told you to watch the F-35. Good stuff there. Oh my gosh. You guys are so fucking smart. Can I tell you this? Can I take a minute? Just to tell you how much I appreciate how fucking smart you guys are. Like, this is like a whole other level. This is why the chuds will never fit in here. This is a whole other level. And I guess it's good we have a small show because then we don't have all the riffraff. Switzerland will be hurt by the tariffs threatened on pharmaceutical. Oh, winner, winner, shit sandwich dinner. Yes. Yes. All right, so let's see what Lawrence is, what knowledge he's dropping on us. The Columbia Journalism Review. In B. Griskin's Laurels and Darts, our White House press corps doesn't meet the moment. Plus, a teenage math prodigy. Corporate wheel is useful sometimes, yeah. A deep dive into LA's housing crisis and a one-time only print. Okay, a gaggle of gold bricks. Oh my God, no, stop it. Let's see what we can find here. Let's read about the White House press corps. Look at that. God, that he is basically a carcass at this point, right? He's a carcass. They can eat those sandwiches on the dick deck. That's right, Teresa. That's what I'm going to call the roof of the White House now, the dick deck. The mezzanine. One of the main vehicles by which the press gets answers from the president is the gaggle, an ad hoc gathering of reporters and cameras often occurring as he's en route to or from the White House. Perfect setting for Donald Trump because he is skilled at pairing with the press, because the events generate viral clips, and most important, because journalists often collapse into their roles as bit actors in the president's drama. For example, let's go back to Friday, August 1st at 8:30 a.m. As happens on the first Friday of every month, the Bureau of Labor Statistics reported the previous month's employment numbers. They weren't pretty, just 73,000 jobs created in July, along with an unusually sharp reduction of 258,000 jobs in May and June. As politicians are wont to do, Trump sought to shift the blame. As authoritarians are wont to do, he attacked the civil servants who report the numbers. He quickly fired the Bureau's commissioner, Erica McIntarfer, claiming that she messed up the latest report and had also skewed the numbers last year to hurt his reelection. On November 15th, right after the election, he stated on True Social, the jobs numbers were massively revised downward, making a correction of over 818,000 jobs. Total scam. Trump's wrong. The BLS did report a downward revision of 818,000 jobs, but that happened in August. I'm so sick of it. Almost 3 months before the election. It seems like a nice boost for Trump's campaign. You might hope that armed with such an obvious set of lies, this is the one, our White House press corps would have been prepared later Friday when Trump appeared before the gaggle. But no, asked about McIntarfer's firing. The president said, right after the election, I think on the 15th, November 15th, she had an $800,000 or $900,000 massive reduction. She said she made a mistake. None of that is true. Trump repeated his false claim and took at least a dozen more questions from the faceless brain herd. Brain herd, that's a good one. But no reporter challenged him on that point, one that underlies his rationale for taking this unprecedented step. Maybe it's asking too much to do a fact check on the same day. Unfortunately, the same thing happened 2 days later. Trump appeared before a gaggle for 12 minutes on Sunday. He started by repeating his lies about McIntarfer. You're my brain herd. You are my brain herd. If you remember, just before the election, this woman came out with these phenomenal numbers on Biden's economy. Phenomenal numbers. And then right after the election, they announced that those numbers are wrong. So it's a scam, in my opinion. A responsible reporter might have asked Trump, why do you say the 2024 job numbers were revised after the election when this happened in August? No one asked. Instead, Sunday's gaggle elicited Trump's pronouncements on the color of the stone in the paved-over Rose Garden and the political affiliation of Sidney Sweeney. The gaggle also featured an innumerate garble boast when Trump claimed, we've cut drug prices by 1,200, 1,300, 1,400, 1,500%. I don't mean 50%, I mean 1,500%. A responsible reporter might have been tempted to respond with something like, Mr. President, how does that work? The next time I buy a bottle of aspirin for $3, Bear will send me a check for $45? But no. Now, we know that Trump will not, when confronted with the truth, break down and confess his errors. He will double down and go off topic. He did both of those things a few days later when CNBC's Joe Kernan tried to point out to Trump that he was wrong about the timing of the employment numbers. And we should note several stories that ran after the gaggles pointed out Trump's mendacity. Sometimes they were even topped with clear headlines like this one from The Guardian. Trump defends firing of labor statistics chief by lying about her role in the 2024 campaign. But Trump's gaggles are important because they generate immediate, visually appealing clips that provide core content for network and cable shows, inserts in online stories, and fodder for skilled aggregators like Aaron Rupar and Asen Tarabi, who snippets can get millions of views a day. We need reporters on the scene who are willing and able to challenge the president on the facts, who can make the truth part of the story as it happens. Instead, a press corps that is alternately uninformed, cynical, and supine is failing to ask Trump the most obvious questions. We would be better off letting the president speak into the microphone by himself, unimpeded by his unwitting collaborators. Holy moly. Holy moly. Let me just make sure I I got to most of the good stuff. Let me see about this though. Okay. Let me finish with Heather Cox Richardson. I really would like to read her entry. Okay. This is her entry from yesterday. At 7:22 this morning, President Trump posted on social media, "I have instructed our Department of Commerce to immediately begin work on a new and highly accurate census based on modern-day facts and figures, and importantly, using the results and information gained from the presidential election of 2024. People who are in our country illegally will not be counted in the census. Thank you for your attention to this matter." Trump has no power to change the timing of the U.S. Census, which is mandated by the Constitution to take place every 10 years. He also has no power to declare that undocumented immigrants won't be counted. The Constitution specifies that representatives shall be appointed among the several states according to their respective numbers, counting the whole numbers of persons in each state. MAGA turns sometimes to the 14th Amendment exclusion of, quote, Indians not taxed from the count of representation as proof that lawmakers recognize that some people should be excluded from the census. Okay, right. But in fact, not taxed identified a group of people who did not come under the purview of the United States government. Just after a year of the Civil War, just a year after the Civil War, I don't know what I just said, lawmakers looked at the crisis caused by Southern enslavers who had wielded outsized political power because the Constitution had allowed them to count enslaved Americans for purposes of representation, and worried that a similar system would develop in the new states in the West. When they wrote the 14th Amendment in 1866, it was ratified in 1868, they explicitly excluded, quote, Indians not taxed, out of concern that congressmen from the new Western states would exercise more power than they should by counting the large numbers of indigenous Americans who did not participate in the modern economy or have a say in the government. By excluding Indians not taxed explicitly, lawmakers demonstrated that they fully intended to include everyone else. The U.S. government has always included all persons when taking the census. Taking an accurate census suddenly is also not remotely possible. Setting one up takes most of the decade between them and costs close to $15 billion. Census officials are already working on the 2030 census. Trump's announcement is revealing, though, in two ways. First, it shows how aware he and administration officials are that their program is deeply unpopular and that they expect to lose control of the House of Representatives in 2026 unless they rig the system. Texas. As Lisa Needham wrote today in Public Notice, we stood aside so Trump could shutter vital agencies, take away your health care, and spend every last dime scooping up immigrants to help Stephen Miller get his 3,000 arrests a day. It's not exactly a rallying cry that will turn out voters. Republicans in Texas are redistricting the state, not trying, they're going to do it. Republicans in Indiana, Florida, and Ohio are considering the same tactic. Today, Adam Wren and Andrew Howard of Politico reported that J.D. Vance brought an entourage of White House officials with him to Indiana to pressure lawmakers there to redistrict the state, indicating just how important administration officials think redistricting is to keep control of the House. That's the rig. That's the rig. That's it. Now, Dump has simply blurred out that he plans to change the game altogether and rig it to win. But there is an even darker image behind destroying our democratic system. If undocumented immigrants aren't counted, their districts will be shortchanged on representation and whatever federal monies are still available for states, for sure. But if undocumented immigrants aren't counted, will they be easier to dehumanize? Already the government is taking people from the streets and denying their right to due process. Observers are describing human rights abuses in detention facilities where most of those incarcerated have no criminal record. If undocumented people are not officially recognized as existing, they could simply disappear. Yesterday, Adam Taylor, Hannah Nathanson, and John Hudson of the Washington Post reported that, according to leaked drafts of the annual report on human rights from the State Department, which the State Department was asked about this, but they just said, oh, well, we change things all the time. We change things all the time in the report. Fucking Tommy twat liquor. I hate that kid. In 2024, the State Department reported government-sanctioned killings, torture, and, quote, harsh and life-threatening prison conditions in El Salvador. The new report says there are, quote, no credible reports of significant human rights abuses in the country. Last year's report for Israel was more than 100 pages. This year, it's 25. The State Department has also declared support for the end to presidential term limits in El Salvador. This change enables Salvadoran President Nayib Bukele, who allowed Trump to render Venezuelan immigrants to his infamous Secot prison, to hold office indefinitely, Putin, establishing himself as a dictator. And she, a spokesperson for the State Department, said, El Salvador's legislative assembly was democratically elected to advance the interest and policies of their constituents. Their decision to make constitutional changes is their own. It is up to them to decide how their country should be governed. Oh, really? That's really hilarious because you're the ones, whatever. It is a truism that democracies die more often through the ballot box than at gunpoint. Thank you, Madeleine Albright. She said it. She said it's not, authoritarianism isn't going to take over in this country. You're going to vote it in. And we did. But Americans are not simply accepting the administration's reworking of American society. Yeah, I wish we were doing, I wish we had more impact. People congregating in the Indiana State House today to protest redistricting met the news that Vance was in the building with resounding boos. Last night, Trey Parker and Matt Stone skewered Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem and ICE on South Park, and comedian Stephen Colbert went scorched earth on Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., saying, among other things, that his cuts to vaccine research are bad news for fans of living. Yes, Dr. Mengele. The White House continues to try and put a lid on questions about the relationship between convicted sex abuser Jeffrey Epstein and Trump, but having little luck. After vehemently denying that they had plans for a meeting last night to discuss responses to the Epstein issue, White House officials met last night after all, MSNBC reported. Those officials included Attorney General Pamela Joe and FBI hack Crash Patel. Just after 12 a.m. Eastern Time today, Trump's tariffs of at least 10% on products from other countries went into effect. As Josh Boak of the Associated Press reported, while Trump and administration officials continue to insist that Trump's economic policies will create unprecedented growth, there are signs of self-inflicted wounds to the U.S. as companies and consumers brace for the impact of the new taxes. Economic growth is slowing, job growth is stagnant, and prices are headed upward. Chowdang and John Kyleman of the Wall Street Journal reported today that rather than increasing, as Trump claimed it would under his tariff regime, manufacturing activity in the U.S. has shrunk for most of Trump's second term. We just looked at it. The one thing that appears to be going according to Trump's wishes is his remaking of the White House. Trump's new patio, where the rose garden lawn used to be, is finished. It now has cafe tables with yellow striped umbrellas. Brian Glenn, Tintin, my arch nemesis of right-wing media outlet Real America's Voice and formerly of Right Side Broadcasting. Very Mar-a-Lago-ish. Nice. He's fucking Marjorie Taylor Greene. I think that tells you where his life is at. Yeah, kudos to Jay for calling it the Dick Deck. Jay Rance is amazing. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. Go the TV guys. Go the TV guys. Wait, what? Yeah. Oh, my God. Honestly. Kind of amazing. It's kind of amazing that this is where we're at and that, yeah, kind of amazing. Maybe I'm amazed. Maybe I'm amazed at the way this world is so fucked up. Maybe I'm amazed that we are helpless. Maybe I'm amazed that JD Vance is such a cock. And so, wait, Vance is such a cock. All right, I can't. I'll have to think about that. I'm not sure I want to ruin that song with a parody. I want to be under the sea in an octopus's garden in the shade. Yes. I want to be under the sea in an octopus's garden in the shade. Good old Ringo. Man, last man standing. Am I right? Oh, actually, I guess Paul McCartney's still alive. Sorry, Paul. I don't know. Did Ringo Starr? I think Ringo Starr wrote that song, right? Under the sea. Or I want to be under the sea in an octopus's garden in the shade. Oh my God, people. My friends, my beautiful friends. I don't get it. I'm so confused. Thank you for coming today. I'm going to let you go. It's almost been 3 hours, and you've been so generous with your time and your attention. I deeply appreciate it. And I will, of course, put all the links in the links, but I got to figure out the movies because I think I got to check Discord to see what's going to happen. But I think we're going to watch Terminator 2. That's actually my favorite Terminator movie. And then I'm not sure. I'm not sure what we're going to do. I know Ringo Starr is still touring. God bless him. You go, girl. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to kill off Paul McCartney, but I don't know. Anyway, the movies will be happening. So check the Discord, check my socials for all of the details. And then tomorrow night, it's trivia. Hello, it's time for trivia again. So we're going to do trivia on Saturday. And yeah. Oh, you know what the other thing is I was kind of thinking, I have a lot of things I want to do, obviously. I want to do them all at once, right? Which is a terrible idea because I will not succeed at any of them if I try to do them all at once. But I found that I have access to, I love you too, Teresa. I found that I have access to all of the, the Two Fat Ladies cooking show from Great Britain from years ago. I don't know if any of you are familiar with that, but it's one of my favorite things in my entire life. Watching those women cook. And you can get the whole series on YouTube. And I thought maybe on Sunday, I might just throw on a few episodes and people can stop in if they have time on Sunday to Discord. Not a big deal, not a big event where people have to show up or anything. But I just enjoy them and I wanted to watch them. But I thought I'll just throw it up there on Discord because maybe other people want to watch them too. So I think I'm going to do that this Sunday for a few hours, probably in the daytime. So I'll put that on Discord too. And again, no pressure. It's just, if you want to hang out and watch some of those old episodes, I think they're awfully cute. I did, and I'm going to get back in the kitchen. My kitchen is just not usable right at the moment. But I was just thinking about that the other day, Grace Lisa. I want to go back and do a lounge from the kitchen because we had so much fun, and I need to make some stuff. I need to. What was I thinking? I was thinking of making a dish the other day. Oh, I was thinking of making a shakshuka. I really want to try. I don't think I'm saying that right, but that dish, I think is it Moroccan? Oh, I'm probably wrong. But it's like it just looks so delicious to me. Anyway, That's another thing. Eggplant parmesan. That eggplant parmesan was a motherfucker. Okay, let me tell you, that eggplant parmesan was one of the most delicious things I've ever seen or ever eaten in my entire life. Remember the butter when we made butter? Oh, that's right. I churned butter in one episode. It was so good. Scallion pancakes. I don't think, did I make they were terrible. Oh my God, they were so greasy. Oh my God. Yeah, no, I'm a horrible cook, but it's entertaining. If nothing else, it's entertaining. And then everybody gets to shit on me in the chat, which I really enjoy. So you have to come up with the best kind of jab when you're making cookies, Grace Lisa. I love that. Anyway, yeah, definitely the eggplant parmesan was a winner. The other ones have been mildly successful. Remember the gingerbread house? Oh my God. Do you remember the gingerbread house? Do you remember the gingerbread house that I made? And it was like, who was it? Like Peter Thiel was on the roof or something? What the fuck? Yeah, Grace Lisa, what kind of cookies are you making? That sounds so good. That sounds so good. You can make those sour cream shortcake biscuits again while I yell at you. Yes. Thank you, Badger. TBT. God, memories light the corner of my mind. Chocolate chip with a dash of butterscotch. Ugh, that sounds so good. Peanut butter cookies I make the best peanut butter cookies in the world, Max. You would love them. Oh, carve a pumpkin. Did we carve a pumpkin? Oh, we will have to carve a pumpkin. Oh, and the other thing, here's the other thing. I want to do a really big Halloween show this year too. Like I want to do ghost stories and hopefully get Jay. Jay Rance has some she's always down for a good ghost storytelling. So maybe get Jay up here and have us shoot the shit on ghost stories. Yeah, we're gonna have a I owe you guys a Halloween costume because I had a great one planned for last year and I didn't do it. Oh, that's what I wanted to show you. Wait a minute. Don't leave yet, okay? Hold on. Hold on. Don't go. I mean, you can, but but don't. Oh man, payment revision needed. Damn it. Okay, well anyway, I'll just show you what I'm getting. I did it again. I played with your heart. Can I? Nope. Okay. Anyway, I just bought this. Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's right. But there's going to be a twist. Whoops, there's going to be a twist. Hold on. I got to switch screens, so hold on. There's going to be a twist. These ones I have to find the money for, but that's okay. Don't worry about it. This one, I'm getting these. I'm getting these. Look they go in your hands like that. Okay, so I bought those. And then I also, wait, hold on. The pièce de résistance. And I have a reason for I'm doing this, okay? I have a reason. Don't come at me because I really do have a reason for doing this. I promise. I'll tell you about it in a second. Oh well. Okay. Here we go. Wait, let me see. Where's a picture of it on the guy? Okay. I have to take that.
Enter a world.
Okay, wait. I bought this too. I'm an idiot. No, no, no. No, I don't. But hold on, Meowing Star. Hold on. I'm so happy about this. I got this. It's a T-Rex mask that you got to see the video. Wait. You got to see the video. Oh shit, man. Oh fuck. Oh. Okay. Well, anyway, you be able to wait. God damn it. I keep hitting. Oh wait, is that too big? Actually,
Christ Church senior pastor Doug Wilson
Whoa.
makes no apologies
Who's
for his
talking?
beliefs on God and country.
I'd like to see
How are
the
you
town be
already
a Christian
doing
town.
this?
I'd like to see the state be a Christian state. I'd like to see the nation
How are you all?
be a Christian nation. I'd
Oh
like
my
to see
God,
the world
sorry.
be a Christian
Oh, here we
world.
go.
And now
Stop. Don't. Okay. Oh my God. How annoying. Sorry. Anyway, I just bought all that. So think about it. T-Rex mask, T-Rex hands, handmaid's costume. Are you with me? So it's like a little bit of a twist on the democracy dino. And the reason I purchased this is because I have registered to go to this event in later August where Mike Flynn is going to be. Well, I'll probably do stuff like the mask and the hands, like when I'm outside and protesting, but I don't know because I want to go to the event first. So I'm probably going to have to go in street clothes. And then I want to kind of slip out and then I want to protest outside, but using the handmade and the dino. I'm going to try it. Oh no, but it roars. Wait, no, you guys got to see this. Hold on, I'll do the sound.
With the all-new Jurassic World Rebirth Rage and Roar T-Rex mask, roar to life and join the hunt.
When you open your mouth, you roar.
And eyes change. Who will
It really makes that sound. You guys, I'm so excited about this. Yeah, I spent good money on it, and I'm an idiot, but it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be worth it. I can't wait. This might be this is a great compliment, I think, to the dinosaur suit's not going anywhere. I'm going to still be in the dinosaur suit. Please don't worry about that. That's not going anywhere. But this is a good compliment to it. That's what I think. I don't know. I'm just saying. You got to evolve, right? You got to give the people something new. Anyway, thank you. Dino altar. Yeah, this is my alt. My alt is handmade dino. Handmade dino. Oh my God. All right. I adore you guys. Thank you so much for indulging me. And I will see you tonight, hopefully, at the movies. And check it out later on. All right. Have a wonderful rest of your Friday if I don't. And if I don't, maybe I'll see you tomorrow night at the lounge for trivia. And if I don't, well, then maybe I'll see you next week. I don't know. I don't know your life. All right. I love you guys. Bye.